Wait, we're not starting.
No Lamb, no Zener, no Dromboski, no Fosbury.
We're not starting Mitchell anymore? Oh, you're talking about McKelvey, right?
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
From Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts, you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Hyannis has just clinched a playoff spot with a win yesterday against the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox, but they have bigger aspirations on their mind as they currently sit just 5 points behind the Bourne Braves for first place in the West Division. But today, they face their old rivals, the Cotuit Kettleers, for round 4 of the Battle of Barnstable alongside Max Schwartzberg. My name is Quincy Bell. Max, we should have a fun one today.
Absolutely. This is a Cotuit team that is fighting for its life. Hyannis, on the other hand, just making it into the postseason for the third time in as many years. Skipper Mitch Carricker has been at the helm.
Speaking of Skipper Mitch Carricker, Max, you caught up with him pregame.
Max Schwartzberg joined pregame by skipper Mitch Carricker ahead of this action against Cotuit. Coach, this is your third season at the helm of Hyannis, and last night you guys clinched a postseason berth, third time in as many years. What's it mean to you, and how's the team feeling going into Game 35 tonight?
Yeah, it's awesome. Anytime we can get in the playoffs, that's a good sign. Still a lot of work to do, but happy for our fans, the organization. Playoff spots aren't easy to get, and so happy we were able to secure that last night.
Speaking about that work to do, you guys are trying to hunt for a Western Division championship. How do you want the guys to stay focused knowing that there is still something to play for before the postseason begins?
Yeah, I think they're locked in. Yesterday you could tell just the attitude, the effort. They're really excited about the win, and I think that's just going to keep carrying with us as long as we keep playing well. Good opponent here in Cotuit. They're fighting for a playoff spot as well. So we know that we're going to get their best, and so just need to continue to execute from the mound, on defense, at the plate. If we do those things, we'll be all right.
Speaking about executing on the mound, Sam Mitchell is getting his first career start. What are you looking for out of him?
Yeah, I just want him to be, who Sam is. Don't try to do anything more or anything less. Really just go out and have fun with it. Trust that he's got a really good defense behind him and let us work. And I think if he does that, he'll be fine.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck. Guys, back to you.
Sam Guarini here with Caden Miller. Caden, you've essentially been in every starting lineup during your Cape League experience. How do you think you've developed as a player this summer?
Oh yeah, it's definitely been a learning experience. I've grown a lot mentally, but yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good time. I enjoy playing every day, so definitely a learning experience and something to take into this upcoming season at my school. So.
And the Hawks successfully clinched a playoff spot. What was that feeling like finding that out with the team?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously when you come here, you want to make playoffs, so it's big. We're excited for it, ready for it, and just keep rolling into playoffs.
And you guys, what do you think will be the biggest key for you guys having a deep playoff run?
Toughness. I think toughness is the biggest thing. Going up there, throwing strikes, competing on the mound, and then getting in the box and having gritty ABs. That's the biggest thing. Tougher team wins, more energy, more energized team wins. So all that, we'll come out of here successful.
Well, thank you so much and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Ceremonial first pitches getting underway here from Lowell Park. Max, both of these two teams have a lot to play for today. Hyannis within striking range of Bourne atop the division. Cotuit holding off that last playoff spot in the West by just 2 points over the Wareham Gatemen.
Yeah, the Gatemen, a team that has struggled as of late, and for a while, Cotuit was well within that last spot of the playoff picture, but they've been really faltering as of late, and it's never too late to start playing a better brand of baseball, and I'm sure that's what Cotuit feels right now tonight as they try to get one back into the win column.
The Harbor Hawks have 6 games remaining on the regular season schedule. Today on the road against Cotuit. Then they have 4 consecutive home games against Falmouth, Bourne, Harwich, and then again against these Kettleers. And then their final game of the regular season will be on the road against the Wareham Gatemen on August 2nd. Not only do they need to hold off Bourne atop the division, they're only 2 points ahead of the Falmouth Commodores for second place. Of course, whoever comes out on top in second place will have home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. So it'll be big to see who comes through between the Commodores and Harbor Hawks. Those two will play tomorrow at Lowell Park. Cotuit defense taking the field. It'll be Adam McKelvey to start things for the Kettleers.
And McKelvey making his 8th start of the Cape League summer, actually 8th appearance, his 5th start. 23 and a third innings, that leads the Kettleers, and he's a pitcher who has struggled a bit as of late after a pretty good start.
His last start was 7 days ago on the 21st of July against the Bourne Braves, where he got hit around hard. Through 2 and a third innings, he gave up 7 hits, 6 earned runs. Of those 7 hits, 4 of them were extra base hits, including a home run to the Cape League average leader, Andrew Costello. But the lefty will look to sit down some lefty Harbor Hawk bats near the top. 5 guys getting an off day today for Hyannis, all left-handed hitters. Here's a look at their actual starting lineup. Matt Einish will lead off and play shortstop. Jax Jimenez will hit second and play right field. Charlie Bates will hit third and play center field, back in the lineup, but not in the infield today. Clay Thompson will hit fourth and play left field. Caden Miller will hit sixth and play first base. Tyler Lang will hit 6th and DH. Taylor Kirk will hit 7th and play third base. Brody Briggs will hit 8th and catch today. And J.C. Davis rounds out the lineup at 9, playing second base today. The defense for the Cotuit Kettleers, it's Sam Christensen in left, Isaac Sturgis in center, and Landon Beaver in right. Along the infield from third to first, it's Drew Rapepi, Aiden Aguayo, J.J. Moran, Hogan Denny, and Will Plattner will do the catching today for Adam McKelvey. Hyannis got out to a hot start yesterday. They scored a run in the first inning at YD, and they got up 5-0 early before the Red Sox came back and made it a game, but Hyannis was able to close out the win and clinch that playoff berth.
Yeah, a really high leverage game yesterday. That was a fun one at Red Wilson Field, the only Cape League game, and Hyannis definitely has some momentum coming into tonight.
Einish will lead things off, and he'll work lefty on lefty against the Cotuit starter, Adam McKelvey. Einish had 3 hits yesterday. He led off the game with a double to right center. Looking to do the same thing here, especially since he's been better against left-handed pitching this summer on the Cape. He's 7 for 15. McKelvey set just above his belt. The lefty rocks, Cubs set, and fires. First pitch, a front door breaking ball, called a strike to Matt Einish. McKelvey's pretty tall. He stands at 6'4". The native of Roswell, Georgia, plays his collegiate ball in-state at Georgia Tech in the ACC. 0-1 pitch. Another front door breaking ball, called strike 2 again at the knees.
Matt Einish has been stellar for Mitch Carricker at the top of the order. He's on a 6-game hitting streak and had a big day yesterday against Yarmouth Dennis.
5 hits in his last 2 games against Falmouth and YD. Behind 0-2, he's looking to battle. Here's the pitch from McKelvey. Fastball chopped foul. We know Einish loves to walk. He had 56 walks to 35 strikeouts during his sophomore campaign with West Virginia. And he's been seeing the ball well on the Cape. He does not go down easily, even when you get him ahead 0-2. McKelvey looking to start things with a K. Fourth pitch of the game on its way. Front door breaking ball again. Hyannis waves at it down and away. And one strikeout for Adam McKelvey to start his game.
That was a really nice pitch, and he starts it to the top of the zone. That one will dart into the bottom half. Still a strike if taken. A Caper 9 right around 9 for McKelvey, so he averages 1 per inning pitched.
Here's Jax Jimenez. The switch-hitting Oregon Duck will bat from the right-handed side against the left-handed pitching Adam McKelvey. He's been better against the righties this summer, but has done some damage against the lefties. First pitch down and in to Jimenez.
His lone home run was against a lefty hitting right-handed. Took it out to right center field at McKeon Park, one of the deepest parts of the yard.
A 2-run go-ahead shot against the Chatham Anglers 13 days ago on the 15th of July. Ahead 1-0, McKelvey to the plate. Fastball low, and Jimenez in a 2-0 hitter's count. He's rocking hits in his last 9 games played, including a double in yesterday's win over the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. McKelvey peers in, lets that long left arm dangle. Now he's set just above the belt. 1-1 pitch. Fastball outer half called a strike. 2-1, Jimenez still ahead in the count. Pitch on its way, 2-1. Big breaking ball, can't find the back door. And Jimenez 3-1 ahead. Nobody on, 1 out, top of the first inning here at Lowell Park between the Cotuit Kettleers and Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The 4th edition of the 2026 Battle of Barnstable. 3-1 to Jax Jimenez. Fastball outer edge, called strike 2. Jimenez thought he had ball 4. He took about 5 steps towards first base.
Second time that's happened in the last 3 days. The last game against Wareham at home for Hyannis, Jimenez had a similar motion to first base. I mean, honestly, umpires don't love it, but you got to make an adjustment, get right back in the AB.
He has to protect on 3-2, payoff pitch coming. Lined deep out toward left, foul territory. Sam Christensen into foul ground, gives it a look, and makes the catch in front of the Cotuit bullpen for the second out of the first.
A lot of foul ground here at Lowell Park. Christensen was shaded towards left center field, so he had to cover about 100-plus feet in the air, but it was hit so high that he had time to make it over there for the catch.
Nobody on and 2 out for the left-handed hitting Charlie Bates. The Stanford Cardinal just recently returned from injury after getting cleated in the foot. He had to get multiple stitches in his left foot, but he's back hitting third for the Hawks. First offering, fastball down and away.
I think the fact that he's still here says a lot about who he is as a person. Played a full summer last year with Hyannis and back for presumably another full year too. And it's been a lot of fun to watch this guy play, that's for sure.
He's picked up the production in year 2 on the Cape. Adam McKelvey out of the stretch, lined up the middle and threw into center field for a base hit. Charlie Bates keeps the inning alive for the cleanup man, Clay Thompson.
This one almost took off the head of McKelvey. It was a low-line drive on a pitch that was down in the zone, probably a strike if taken, but Bates just clocked it right back up the middle where it came from. Really, really nice piece of hitting.
We mentioned his production has been up. He was hitting under 200 in his 32 games last summer for the Harbor Hawks. This year, hitting over 220, but the power has gone up as well. A couple home runs and a couple triples for Charlie Bates. Here's Clay Thompson with a runner on 1st and 2 out, top of the first. First pitch, breaking ball down and in. Thompson swings over the top of it for strike 1. Thompson has struggled a little bit since joining the Harbor Hawks mid-season. He's just 3 for his first 19 at the plate. 0-1 pitch, fastball way upstairs. He has drawn a multitude of walks and has gotten hit by a pitch a couple of times. So the on-base percentage is sitting at .333 coming into today's game. Mitch Carricker still has faith in him, keeping him at the cleanup spot. 1-1 offering, down and in with the breaking ball. And it's 2-1 on Clay Thompson. crushed the ball at James Madison during his sophomore season. 335 average, 19 doubles, knocked in 30 runs. 2-1. Another breaking ball slider down and in from Adam McKelvey, and he's fallen behind Thompson 3-1.
He also stole 26 bases for the Dukes. Only 2 on the Cape so far, and they were 1 apiece in each of his first 2 games, so it's been a couple days.
Adam McKelvey, the big lefty, looking to battle back in the count. 3-1 offering. Fastball at the knees, just low. Thompson takes it for ball 4. And now Caden Miller will hit with runners on first and second and 2 out here in the top of the first. Caden Miller has been an everyday starter for Hyannis ever since opening day. He got off to a hot start on the Cape. On opening day, he hit a home run and a double. He hasn't looked back since. He's been an everyday hitter in the 3, 4, or 5 spot for Mitch Carricker's Harbor Hawks. First pitch lefty on lefty from Adam McKelvey. Big swing and a foul ball straight back by Caden Miller. Behind in the count 0-1. Yesterday in the win against YD, he went 1 for 3. Got hit by a pitch and also stole a base. Bates on second, Thompson on first. No score yet between Hyannis and Cotuit. 1-2 pitch. Miller shows bunt and fouls it right behind home plate. He was trying to push it down that third base line. Will be bunting for a hit with 2 out here, but just couldn't quite get it down.
Hyannis has struggled with runners in scoring position against Cotuit. 4 out of 23 coming in, and they've left 26 on base in the season series through the first 3 games.
Behind 0-2, Miller looking to stay alive. Pitch from McKelvey. Half swing, full swing called by plate umpire Rick Force, and that will retire the side in the top of the first. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Sam Mitchell gets the start for the Harbor Hawks. We'll talk about him when we come back.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
0-0 between the Harbor Hawks and Kettleers as we start things in the bottom half of the first inning here from beautiful Lowell Park, nestled deep within the trees off the south coast of Cape Cod. Sam Mitchell will get the ball for the Harbor Hawks, his first start of the summer. He has struggled a little bit since coming to the Cape mid-season out of Southern Miss. He's given up 5 runs through 4 innings of work, but his last time out against Falmouth, he picked up 2 outs during a game that was already decided, a big blowout in the favor of the Commodores, but he looked solid and maybe building some confidence for his first start.
Yeah, one of those outs was a strikeout. He struck out at least two in each of his first 3, but at the end of the day for Sam Mitchell, pretty high leverage start because Hyannis is playing for a top of the West Division standings, and they're not going to take their foot off the pedal.
Hyannis just lost 2 starters due to injury. Brady St. Pierre and Michael Mechna both suffering injuries to their throwing arm. Their time on Cape Cod is done, so Hyannis is looking for a true sort of 5th starter. Raymond Olivas, Ryan Bosch, and Jonah Barkov have proven themselves to be the front end of the rotation. Kevin Robinson got a start in place of Brady St. Pierre, and he did okay, but with Mechna leaving, Hyannis is in need of another starter at the back end of the rotation, and head coach Mitch Carricker is going to see what Sam Mitchell has. He didn't pitch a lot at Southern Miss during his freshman campaign, just 5 innings. So he's getting the bulk of his development done here on the Cape. Aiden Aguayo will work righty on righty to lead things off for the Kettleers. First pitch from Sam Mitchell. Fastball misses just above the letters for ball 1. Aguayo has been with the Kettleers since the last week of June. 1-0, misses high and away. He's been pretty solid. Just finished up his freshman season at UCLA, where he hit .243, a serviceable first campaign with the Bruins. Mitchell looking to battle back 2-0. Hit high in the air. Foul territory, first base side. Caden Miller with the sunglasses on makes the catch above his head for the first out of the game.
Always good to get weak contact, but also to do it so quickly. The leadoff hitter always wants to see a lot of pitches to be able to report back to their team what he saw, but Sam Mitchell wasting no time getting that one in 3 pitches.
On 2-0, Aguayo took a big cut at that pitch, but got way under it, and just an easy pop-up on the infield. Lyndon Beaver into the box. He'll hit lefty on righty against Sam Mitchell. First pitch. Fastball up and away. Close, but plate umpire Rick Force does not give Sam Mitchell the call. Lyndon Beaver has been here since day one with the Kettleers. Mitchell's 1-0. Shallow fly ball center field, falling fast. Charlie Bates with a full extension dive. He loses the hat, but makes the catch. What a play by Charlie Bates, who's primarily a middle infielder, but flashing the leather out there in shallow center.
That's the second time he's made a play like that on Cape Cod. Last summer, he was playing center field for the Harbor Hawks, and he caught one into the right center field gap. This one of those bloopers to no man's land, and he came in full extension, understanding it was do or die, and he did it.
Nobody on and 2 out for the Indiana Hoosier. Hogan Denny. First pitch from Sam Mitchell. Fastball misses way upstairs. Denny started the year with Cotuit, then left to go play with Team USA's collegiate team, but now he's back. 1-0 breaking ball misses way upstairs, and Denny in a 2-0 hitters count. You got to be careful when pitching to Hogan Denny. He hit .380 with 14 home runs during his sophomore campaign with the Indiana Hoosiers. 2-0 from Sam Mitchell. Fastball chopped up the middle, backhanded by J.C. Davis. Throw across to first. In time. Hyannis flashing the leather in inning number 1. No scores. We head to the second. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Harbor Hawks on THHBN, the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the second inning from Lowell Park in Cotuit. No score between the Harbor Hawks and Kettleers. Hyannis will have 6, 7, and 8 due up to try and break the ice here in the visiting half of the second. Taylor Kirk, Tyler Lang, and Brody Briggs will hit this inning. The left-handed starter, Adam McKelvey, looked strong for the Kettleers in his first inning of work. Struck out 2, gave up 1 hit and a walk.
Yeah, it could be the makings of a pitcher's duel. Cotuit has definitely been more known for their guys on the hill. Their offense has really struggled, but this is the second time Hyannis has seen McKelvey, and the last time is that 1-0 loss against these Kettleers back at McKeon Park in what was a really frustrating game.
Hyannis was only able to muster a couple hits on offense, a bunch of walks. They had guys on, but no runs, and 11 guys left on base in a 1-0 defeat to Cotuit. But since then, they've really turned it up. As we round towards the playoffs, Hyannis has 6 more games to play. They've won 7 of their last 10 coming into today's matchup. And here's Tyler Lang, who will hit righty on lefty against Adam McKelvey. Lang, a catcher out of South Carolina upstate, stands at 5'9", 200 pounds. A big backstop behind the plate for the Hawks, although he's the DH today. First offering, fastball hit on the ground out to short and bobbled by Aiden Aguayo. He has no throw to first. Tyler Lang leads off the inning with what will most likely be ruled an E6.
Routine ground ball here, but it did take a little bit of a difficult bounce into the glove of Aguayo. One of those in-betweeners after hitting maybe a rock or a pebble on the infield dirt. As you said, probably will be ruled an E6, and it is.
That'll bring Taylor Kirk up with a runner on first and nobody out here in the top half of the second. First pitch lefty on righty from McKelvey. Fastball inner half called strike one. Taylor Kirk has really picked up the production with the bat as of late. Hits in his last 7 games, including a 2-for-3 effort yesterday in the win against Yarmouth Dennis. McKelvey looks at Lang on first, now out of the stretch to the plate. Chopped foul, slowly up the third base side. Kirk was out ahead of a breaking ball that time, at 87 from McKelvey. Now he'll have to battle down 0-2. To Kirk, a guy who has struggled with the strikeout this year, trying to stay alive. Here it is. Fastball in the dirt. 1-2 now on Taylor Kirk. A lot of righties in the lineup for today. Hyannis does not want to throw a bunch of lefties out there against the starter McKelvey. 1-2. Fastball up and away. Kirk has evened the count at 2-2.
That's something that has been different as of late. Throughout the earlier parts of July, very left-handed heavy lineup, but with additions like Tyler Lang and Clay Thompson, it's been a lot more centered.
2-2. Kirk has battled back in the count to an even mark. Backdoor breaking ball fouled away. And Kirk is really starting to put up a battle now. After starting 0-2, he'll see a 6th pitch. We've seen Hyannis steal a couple bases early and often in games, although Tyler Lang on first does not have a ton of speed. McKelvey, 2-2, high leg kick, pitch on the way, and lined up the middle, down for a base hit. Runners on first and second to start the top of the second for Hyannis.
This kid is white hot. That's now an 8-game hitting streak, and he's wasting no time. He got right on the board in the hit column his first debut last night against Yarmouth Dennis. It does the exact same thing here tonight against Cotuit.
Runners on first and second with nobody out for Brody Briggs. He's still looking for his first hit of the 2026 summer. And no better time like the present to start things off in a big way in the Battle of Barnstable. He shows bunt, Briggs does. Breaking ball up and in, he pulls it back. And we see Hyannis go to the small ball a lot as of late. Briggs trying to just move these runners up and play for one here. Corners playing far in for Cotuit. Hogan Denny at first, already creeping towards the plate. Briggs shows a bunt again. He gets it down, but foul along the third base line. Briggs is a guy that's a true team player. The only stat he really cares about is if the team wins. He's a guy who always has a smile on his face in the dugout. 1-1, he shows bunt again, and he fouls it away again. 1-2 now on Brody Briggs. Corners still playing in for Cotuit. We'll see if Briggs takes a cut here with 2 strikes. McKelvey looks back. Lang on second, now comes to the plate. Briggs swings and grounds one to first. Denny gloves it to second for one. Relay throw from Aguayo. Not in time. Denny couldn't quite get back to the bag there. So now there will be runners on the corners with 1 out and J.C. Davis up to the plate.
Great hustle from Briggs. That shows the value putting it in play. course, you wanted to get a bunt down there, and now you got runners at the corners, so it's still a double play in order with Davis coming up.
Lang does move up to third, so a sac fly could score the USC Upstate catcher. J.C. Davis to the plate. He'll work righty on lefty against the Cotuit starter, Adam McKelvey. First pitch to the Rice Owl. Davis grounds one slowly up the third base line, foul. Lang, the runner on third. Brody Briggs, the runner on first. Two catchers. Not a lot of speed on the bases for Hyannis, although J.C. Davis in the box does have speed, and on any ground ball, he'll be busting it down the line to try to beat out an inning-ending double play. 0-1. Davis swings and skies one foul along the first base line. He'll quickly work behind 0-2. Davis has been a magnificent defender in the field for Hyannis, but with the bat, he's just 6 for 45. Hitless in his last 3 games, looking to break out in a big way to put Hyannis on the board first. McKelvey looks back. Briggs at first now, the 0-2 pitch. Lined up the middle, stabbed by the shortstop Aguayo. Throw back to first, they double off Brody Briggs, and the inning is over on the 6-3 double play. No runs on a hit, 1 error, 2 left on base for the Hawks. We head to the bottom half of the second. Still no score between Hyannis and Cotuit.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
The second inning is brought to you by Cape Cod Orthopedics. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to support Harbor Hawks baseball. For decades, athletes, families, and residents across Cape Cod have trusted Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for expert care. Their team specializes in sports medicine, orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, rehabilitation, and helping patients get back to the activities that they enjoy most. Whether you're recovering from an injury or looking for specialized orthopedic care, learn more at CapeCodOrtho.com. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the region's largest orthopedic specialty group. Bottom half of the second inning here from Lowell Park in Cotuit. No scoring yet between the Harbor Hawks and Kettleers. Sam Mitchell back on the mound for his second inning of work. He'll face the middle of the Cotuit order, 4, 5, and 6. Sam Christensen, J.J. Moran, and Isaac Sturgis. There were a lot of questions for Sam Mitchell coming into his first start after he had struggled out of the bullpen through 3 appearances on Cape Cod, but he put up a 1-2-3 first. First offering to the lefty, Christensen, fastball up and away.
I think there's always going to be some nerves coming into your first career start, and especially with some of the struggles he had earlier in the summer, but it's always an opportunity to reinvent yourself.
1-0, fastball swung on and missed by Christensen. Mitchell elevated the heater that time at 95 miles an hour. He has some big velocity. The struggle so far has just been the location for the Southern Miss Golden Eagle. 1-1 out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Sharp ground ball over to second base. J.C. Davis gloves it and whips a sidearm throw over to first, and it beats Christensen by a couple of steps for the first out of the second.
And you have to give Mitchell some credit. I mean, he really only pitched 5 innings at Southern Miss as a freshman, so these innings are on the Cape is really his first consistent summer ball or summer baseball, collegiate ball experience, and sometimes there's going to be some growing pains making the jump from high school to college.
J.J. Moran will now hit righty on righty against Sam Mitchell, who's retired the first 4 batters he has seen. First offering, fastball swung on and missed. Hyannis added 3 Southern Miss pitchers at the start of the month. Sam Mitchell getting the start today, as well as the lefty Bruce Littleton and the righty Kevin Landry Farr. 0-1. Big breaking ball misses high and in from Mitchell. 1-1 the count. Littleton has been a very strong left-handed reliever, and Kevin Landry Farr has looked solid as well. Sam Mitchell has been the only guy who's really yet to get going, but this could be his coming out party as a starter. 1-1. Breaking ball down and in. J.J. Moran ahead in the count 2-1. Those other 2 guys are available today out of the bullpen, Littleton and Farr. Mitchell's 2-1. Fastball swung through by Moran and the count even at 2. But if Mitchell can be a serviceable starter at the back end of this rotation, Hyannis could be very dangerous come playoff time.
Definitely experimentation time for that 5th starter right now, though.
2-2. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt, and it gets away from Brody Briggs. With nobody on, no damage. 3-2 count, 1 out. Bottom half of the second. No scoring yet between Cotuit and Hyannis. Moran looking to battle and get on base for the first time today. 3-2. Fastball hit high in the air, deep left field. Clay Thompson goes back. He'll give it a look. This ball is way gone into the trees beyond the bullpen. J.J. Moran with his 3rd big fly of the summer, and Cotuit on the board first, 1-0.
That's a no-doubter right there, and not even much of a courtesy look for Clay Thompson. Mislocation with a fastball. We've talked about being wild outside the zone, which is where Mitchell's gotten into trouble. This was wild inside the zone, a fastball that leaked middle in.
A big velocity heater from Sam Mitchell, but Moran met the pitch with a big right-handed swing. First offering now to Isaac Sturgis, hitting left-handed. Fastball runs up and away from Mitchell. First hit, first base runner of the game for Cotuit. Gets them on the board first in a big way. 1-0 fastball misses downstairs. 2-0 the count on Isaac Sturgis. Sturgis playing his collegiate ball at Michigan State, where he had a pretty solid sophomore campaign. 2-0 fastball outer edge called strike 1. He's been an everyday player for Cotuit since arriving on opening day. Last time out against Harwich 2 days ago, he went 2 for 4 with an RBI single. Mitchell's 2-1, fastball hit high in the air, curling out of play along the left field line. Clay Thompson ran as far as he could, but just didn't have enough room to make the catch. Two the count on Sturgis. At Michigan State, he played in 58 games for the Spartans, where he hit over 300. Not a big power hitter. He only slugged 4 home runs. 2-2 from Mitchell. Big breaking ball grounded to second base. Stabbed by Miller at first base. Underhand flip to Mitchell covering, and he wins the race to the bag for out number 2. It looked like that ball was destined to get to J.C. Davis in the deep hole, but Caden Miller met it before it could get there. And a nice play turning to first with Mitchell covering.
Davis might have honestly had an easier play there, but honestly, the superstar in that play is Sam Mitchell for recognizing he had to get over as quickly as possible with no time for leisure.
Nobody on, 2 out. Bottom half of the second inning, Cotuit leading Hyannis 1-0 after a 1-out solo home run from J.J. Moran. And here's Jesse DiMaggio, the game's designated hitter. Miller delivers a fastball up out of the zone, 1-0. DiMaggio, primarily a catcher and first baseman for Cotuit, but getting a day off in the field today. Mitchell's 1-0, fastball upstairs again, 2-0 the count. DiMaggio looking to keep the inning going for Cotuit. 2-0. Another fastball called a strike. 2-1 now. Mitchell has been determined to go to that heater early and often here.
Yeah, and it's been working besides that home run pitch where he just missed the location. If he mixes it up with the off-speed stuff, he'll be right there.
2-1. Another heater, chopped foul by DiMaggio. The fastball ran up and in, and he sort of checked his swing, but the ball just bounced off his bat foul. He was trying to hold up that time. A little bit of an unlucky result. 2-2. DiMaggio working righty and righty against Mitchell. Here's the offering. Big breaking ball, front hip, called strike 3. Mitchell gets out of the inning with his first K, but Cotuit on the board first thanks to a solo home run from J.J. Moran. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the third, 1-0 Kettleers.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Third inning set to start from Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts, deep within the forest off the south shore of Cape Cod. It's a beautiful day for baseball. 75-degree temperatures, partly cloudy skies. All in all, just perfect weather for a ball game.
Doesn't get any better than this, especially with that earlier heat wave in this month. It's really been a lot more pleasant as of late, and especially when you get a little bit of cloud cover. Perfect.
After 2 innings, the Kettleers lead the Harbor Hawks 1-0 thanks to a towering solo home run from J.J. Moran. Hyannis has the top of their order due up here in the third to try and get that 1 run back. Hyannis, Jimenez, and Bates due up against the left-handed starter Adam McKelvey, who looked solid his first time through the order. Gave up 2 hits and a walk, but other than that, he was solid. Matt Hyannis, the first to greet McKelvey here in the third. He'll work lefty on lefty against the starter for Cotuit. A strikeout victim in his first at-bat was Hyannis. McKelvey set just above his belt out of the stretch. First pitch. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, Will Plattner. Hyannis already ahead. Hyannis works so well when he's behind in the count. It's just an added bonus for him if he gets ahead. A very productive hitter, hitting .304 this summer for the Hawks. 1-0 pitch. Front door breaking ball grounded sharply through into right field for a base hit. Past the dive of the second baseman, J.J. Moran, and Hyannis has a leadoff base runner here in the third.
Hyannis played 64 games for West Virginia as the starting shortstop, and this is why he's an everyday player. He gets hits, and he doesn't stop. He always puts up a great plate appearance, working at bats deep, or jumping ahead early.
Jax Jimenez will hit with a runner on first and nobody out. Top of the third inning. Cotuit leading Hyannis 1-0. The switch hitting Oregon Duck from the right-handed side against the big lefty. First offering. Backdoor breaking ball finds the zone for strike 1. You can't really say enough about what Jax Jimenez has done since arriving to Cape Cod with the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. He has been crushing the ball as of late. 0-1. Swing and a foul ball right in front of the catcher, Will Plattner. 0-2 quickly on Jimenez. He's playing in his 22nd game today. He has started 22 games in a row since arriving on Cape Cod. That's the longest consecutive start streak for a Harbor Hawk this year. mostly out of the 2-hole like he is today. 0-2 pitch from McKelvey. Misses away with the heater. But currently, Jimenez rocking a 9-game hit streak, by far the longest streak for a Hawk this season. Had a double and a stolen base in yesterday's win against Yarmouth Dennis. Hyannis on first. McKelvey looks, now comes to the plate. 1-2, fastball misses way high. 2-2 on Jimenez.
And yesterday was the first time he didn't start batting second in quite some time. 19 of 21 games, he's batted second. The only time before that when he didn't was the second game of his season.
He hit third yesterday, but back in his normal spot today. 2-2, pitch on its way. Grounded to third, foul. A hot shot down there to the hot corner, and Jimenez missed a double into the corner by about a foot. That one was hit hard, but just not enough placement from Jimenez out in front of that big curveball from McKelvey. Hyannis has made Adam McKelvey work so far. He's about to throw his 42nd pitch with nobody out in the third inning. Jimenez back into the box before the pitch. A check on Hyannis at first. He's back with a head-first dive. The battle continues between Adam McKelvey and Jax Jimenez. Switch header batting right. Awaits the 2-2. There it is. Hyannis off for second. Jimenez swings and chops one foul again along that third base line. Hyannis had a good jump from first, but with 2 strikes in the count, Jimenez had to protect.
Really nice plate appearance by Jimenez. Sometimes it's really tough when you think you have a base hit like that ball down the line and then knowing that you have to go back to stay locked in, but he's doing a great job of staying focused and trying to win his pitch.
Trying to avoid the strikeout. Really the one thing Jimenez has struggled with here on the Cape. Second base as potentially another earned run. Luke Smyers will take things over for the Kettleers.
Smyers making his 5th appearance of the Cape League summer, and he has really struggled. How about 7 1/3 innings, 8 earned runs, and one of the big reasons why, the walks. And 11 walks per 9, really the last thing that Cotuit needs right now.
First pitch to Kirk looking to add insult to injury here at Lowell Park against the Kettleers. 1-0. Down and in, called strike 1. Smyers just finished up his freshman campaign at Alabama, where he had an ERA just north of 6. 1-1 from the lefty. Backdoor breaking ball chopped over to first, gloved by Hogan Denny. And he'll win the race to the bag for the final out. For Hyannis, 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Before we head to break, we'll send things down to the sidelines where our very own Sam Guarini has the report.
Thanks, guys. The Harbor Hawks have already clinched a postseason spot, but there's still plenty of play over these last final games. Before tonight's game, I caught up with Caden Miller, who told me the teams that bring the most energy will be the ones that make it deep in a postseason run. I also spoke to pitching coach Austin Wallace, who said that even though the Hawks have punched their ticket to the playoffs, they can't afford to slip up now. Speaking of energy, the Hawks could use a spark at the plate. They've had a few good hits, but they'll still need to stay aggressive and capitalize on their opportunities as this game moves along. Thanks, and back to you guys.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking back.
Thanks, Sam.
Just look to see.
I think that's a good point to bring up, is the team with the most energy going deep in the postseason, because at the start of the season, it felt like even when Hyannis won a couple of games, there wasn't a lot of energy in the dugout. But as of late, with the run these guys have been on, winning a bunch of close games, the energy has been there, and you can tell all these guys are really bought in for this postseason run.
I mean, I was here last summer. You weren't, Quincy, but this team is a lot different. You could tell they're a lot closer. They're a lot tight-knit. That was something that Charlie Bates told us pretty early in the season, maybe week 2, that, yeah, I mean, this team feels like a really big family, and that these guys are all bought in. They want to be here. They want to win, and that goes a long way in the Cape League, that's for sure.
Bottom of the third inning here from Lowell Park in Cotuit. 3-1 the lead for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks after they pushed across 3 runs in the top half of this inning. 1 on an RBI single from Clay Thompson and 2 on an RBI double from Tyler Lang. Sam Mitchell still out on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. The Southern Miss Golden Eagle making his first start today. He has sat down 6 of the first 7 hitters he's faced. The only guy he wasn't able to retire was J.J. Moran, who hit a towering solo home run out to left field in the 2nd inning. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Kettleers. Will Plattner, Drew Repepe, and Aiden Aguayo. The catcher Plattner, the first to greet Mitchell. Righty on righty, here's the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. Mitchell quickly behind 1-0. And we mentioned it, the one thing Mitchell has really struggled with during his summer on the Cape has been location. He has some big velocity and some nice breaking stuff. 1-0. He goes to the breaking ball, but it misses just beneath the knees, and Plattner in a 2-0 hitter's count.
Hyannis' dugout certainly wanted it from Rick Forrest, but it did look like it was a little bit down.
2-0, Mitchell looking to battle back, offering on its way. Fastball above the zone. That one was also close. But it's 3-0 to the leadoff man, Plattner. Mitchell needs to battle back here. On the 3-0, fastball misses just outside. Those were 3 borderline pitches, but Mitchell just barely misses, and Plattner has a leadoff walk.
This is where you got to be careful if you're Mitchell, because the walks have been the problem in his first couple appearances on the Cape, especially when you take a lead. You never want to give anything for free. Just got to stay right back in the zone and maybe roll a pair here.
On the 9th of July against Falmouth, Mitchell pitched an inning and a third and gave up 4 walks. But that's just his first free pass of the game. First offering to Drew Repepe. Fastball hit to shallow center. Charlie Bates racing in towards right center. Makes the catch. Far off the bag at first. Plattner, the throw over there, gets away. Up against the facing of the Hyannis dugout. Plattner will stay there, but he's lucky to get back and not be doubled off.
Yeah, that was pretty poor base running right there. Really, you're taught to freeze on a pitch like that in the air. Usually you'll see guys take too many steps on a line drive, but this one, a bloop to no man's land, and I understand the concern is, well, I got to make it to second base if it falls in for the force out, but even if it did fall in, there's going to be 0 chance Bates would have gone against the grain and got him at second base if he didn't take a big lead.
Here's Aiden Aguayo, the leadoff man today for the Kettleers. Will hit righty on righty against Sam Mitchell. First offering, front door breaking ball hammered out to center. Bates lets it drop in front of him for a base hit. Runners on first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hyannis leading Cotuit 3-1, but the Kettleers in danger of tying this one up. And Landon Beaver will step in for Cotuit. The lefty flew out to center field in the 1st inning. He was robbed by Charlie Bates, who made the play in shallow center with a full extension dive. Mitchell to the plate. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Will Plattner on second. Aiden Aguayo on first. Landon Beaver at the plate. Cotuit looking to battle back in this one, down 3-1 against the Harbor Hawks. Mitchell rocks and deals. Breaking ball cut on and missed below the zone. Beaver took a big hack at that one, and he's behind 0-2. Mitchell in pursuit of his 2nd strikeout in his 3rd inning of work. 0-2. Another breaking ball, another swing and a miss by Beaver. He's down on strikes. A big 2nd out for the Harbor Hawks here in the 3rd. And Hogan Denny, the big hitter for Cotuit, will dig in.
And you got to get through one more big guy here, but Mitch Carricker might not let him do that. Skipper heading out to the mound. I would assume that this is honestly more of a scouting report considering the situation of the game, considering there is a tying runner at the plate, although the pitch count is rising for Mitchell, a guy who was never really started.
36 pitches for Mitchell. 19 of them have been for strikes, and you got to be careful when you attack Hogan Denny. During his sophomore campaign with the Indiana Hoosiers, he hit .380, led IU in average, and hit 14 home runs, tied for the IU lead. He is a dangerous right-handed hitter who hits everything hard. He's supporting a bright pink bat and a bright pink leg guard on his left ankle. Meeting over, Mitch Carricker back to the dugout. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Bottom half of the third. Cotuit trailing Hyannis 3-1 as Denny digs in. Mitchell looks back. Plattner on second, now out of the stretch to the plate. Curveball bounces, but a nice stop by Brody Briggs will keep the runners where they are.
That's an unbelievable block by Briggs, who's statistically one of the best defensive catchers in the country. He was 17th in defensive run saves this past spring, and there's a great example of it right there.
Mitchell set at his belt. Fires the 1-0. Breaking ball called, a strike on the outer half against Denny. That was a good pitch. Mitchell trying to keep the soft pitches away from the big bat of Hogan Denny. 1-1. Fastball bounces and it gets past Briggs all the way to the fencing behind home plate. Plattner moves to third. Aiden Aguayo moves to second. And Denny in a 2-1 hitters count. Mitchell had solid control through his first 2 innings, but starting to lose a bit of that here in the third. Still no damage yet. Runners on second and third, 2 out. 2-1 pitch to Denny. Breaking ball, front door finds the zone, and the count's 2-2. The Hyannis dugout starts to make some noise in support of their starter. Mitchell working quickly, back set again. 2-2 on its way. Fastball swing and a miss. Denny down on strikes, and Mitchell ends the threat with back-to-back Ks. Still 3-1 Harbor Hawks as we head to the fourth.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Fourth inning set to commence here from Lowell Park in Cotuit. 3-1 the lead in favor of the Harbor Hawks. The fourth edition of the 2026 Battle for Barnstable. Of course, Hyannis and Cotuit, 2 teams that share Barnstable County. This is one of the biggest rivalries on Cape Cod. Hyannis took the first matchup here in Cotuit, a 3-2 win over the Kettleers. John Embry with an RBI single in the 9th inning to steal that one. And then Hyannis won the second matchup at home at McKeon Park, where they hit 4 home runs in a 5-3 victory over Cotuit. But the Kettleers won last time out, also in Hyannis, with a 1-0 victory that they stole from the Harbor Hawks. Hyannis looking to win the season series today with a win. These two will play one more time in Hyannis on the 1st of August. Brody Briggs, J.C. Davis, and Matt Einish set to hit in the 4th, 8, 9, and 1. Against the new reliever for the Kettleers, Luke Smyers, who threw 2 pitches and got the final out of the 3rd inning. In the 4th, he'll start his first clean frame. Lefty on lefty. Briggs works. First pitch. Runs inside and misses the zone. Brody Briggs played for Hyannis last summer. 21 games behind the plate for the Arizona State Sun Devil. 1-0. Fastball beneath the zone, and Briggs ahead 2-0. Hyannis was in desperate need of catching depth. At one point, Will Fosberg was the only primary catcher on the roster. And the baseball operations staff made some calls, and Brody Briggs is back in Hyannis. 2-0. Fastball down and away. He's ahead 3-0. And Briggs is a guy who just always has a smile on his face. He told us that he had such a fun time last year with the Harbor Hawks that it was a no-brainer when he was asked to come back. 3-0, looking for a leadoff walk against Smyers. Here's the pitch, another fastball down and away. 4 pitches and a leadoff base runner. Brody Briggs on. That'll bring J.C. Davis up to the plate. Runner on first, nobody out, top half of the 4th inning. Harbor Hawks over the Kettleers, 3-1. We've seen Hyannis play a lot of small ball as of late, especially with the bottom of the order. We'll see if Davis tries to lay down a bunt. He squares, fastball misses inside. Davis pulls back the bunt, 1-0 the count.
Lots of Davis's hits have been sack bunts that he's been able to beat out, or errant throws that were ruled singles. Definitely this part of the order where you see one get dropped down.
1-0. Davis squaring again. He pulls it back. Fastball misses away. 6 pitches, 6 balls to start the 4th inning for Luke Smyers, and his catcher, Will Plattner, will walk out for a visit. Hyannis as a team does not draw a lot of walks. 131 on the season. That's dead last on Cape Cod. But Briggs saw a bunch of pitches way out of the zone. And those last 2 pitches to Davis missed by a big margin as well.
Might see Davis show the bunt but pull it back. Just wait to actually see a strike thrown.
2-0, big deep breath from Smyers. Now the pitch. Davis squares and gets it down the first base side. Denny off the bag, underhand flip to first, not in time. It was the second baseman, J.J. Moran, covering the base. A little bit of miscommunication on the right side of the infield for the Kettleers. Davis legs out his 7th hit on Cape Cod. And the top of the order will hit with runners on first and second and nobody out.
Well, exactly as I said, his last hit was on the 23rd against Bourne. It was a sack bunt that he was able to beat it out. Same thing here. Now, only 3 of his 7 hits have actually left the infield this season.
Matt Hyannis working lefty on lefty out of the leadoff spot. With runners on, first pitch. Slider misses down and away. And Luke Smyers really struggling to find the zone right now. Corners are in for Cotuit, possibly anticipating another Harbor Hawks sack bunt. 1-0 on its way. Up and in, it hits Hyannis in his shoulder. The bases will be loaded for Jax Jimenez, and still nobody out in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, the wheels are certainly starting to come off here in this inning, and there might be a pitching change right now.
Cotuit will have a meeting with their left-handed reliever, Luke Smyers. It's the pitching coach, Kevin Curtin, out of the dugout for the 2nd time today. Hyannis jumped all over Cotuit starter Adam McKelvey. 5 hits and 3 runs in 2 2/3 innings for the Cotuit starter. And with the bases loaded and nobody out, middle of the order coming up, this is a big chance for Hyannis to break this game wide open. Jax Jimenez at the plate has been as hot as any hitter on Cape Cod as of late. He's rocking a 9-game hit streak. Switch hitter batting right-handed in a big spot right now. His only home run on Cape Cod came when hitting right-handed. A go-ahead 2-run shot in the 8th inning on July 15th against Chatham. A game where Hyannis came back and stole that win from the Anglers at McKee Park. Corners playing in for Cotuit, middle infield, and double play depth. The lefty set first pitch to Jimenez. Grounded back up the middle. Stabbed by the shortstop, Aiden Aguayo. He'll go to second for one. Throw to first in time. They get Jimenez. 2 outs on the play, but Brody Briggs scores in the back door. It's 4-1 Hyannis.
And no RBI for Jimenez on the double play, but still Hyannis will take a run that they can grab. Of course, maybe thirsty for a little bit more, but that's why you got Charlie Bates still up.
Bates has been on in his 2 plate appearances today. A single up the middle in the first inning and a walk in the third inning. He later came around to score after stealing third base. Smyers to the plate, lefty on lefty, slider outer edge, called strike 1. J.C. Davis sits on third base with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. 4-1 Harbor Hawks over the Kettleers. 0-1 to Bates. Front hit breaking ball misses inside. 1-1 to the Stanford Cardinal. Bates returned to the lineup 2 days ago after missing 9 days due to a foot injury. He had to get 7 stitches in his left foot after getting cleated on a double play. 1-1, another breaking ball misses in. 2-1 on Bates. But it shows a lot about his resolve and will to come back. Most players would just hang it up and head back to their school after suffering an injury, but not Bates. He's going to tough it out till the season's end. 2-1. Fastball chopped foul along the first base line. 2-2 on Bates. Luke Smyers, after the double play, looking to get out of this inning with just the 1 run allowed. 2-2. Fastball fouled straight back by Bates into the fencing behind home plate, and he stays alive. Two out. Davis still on third with an aggressive lead over there. Here's Smyers out of the stretch. Fastball fouled away again. And Bates is putting up a tough at-bat right now.
He really hangs in there against lefties. He actually had a higher average against southpaws at Stanford in his sophomore season.
Plate umpire Rick Force just asked the Kettleers dugout for some more baseballs. There's still 1 more in use for the 2-2 again. Front hit breaking ball, and Bates out ahead. He swings early and retires the side, but Hyannis pushes across another run. 4-1 Harbor Hawks, middle of the Kettleers order due up in the bottom of the 4th.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold. Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Bottom of the 4th inning from Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts. The day is done for the Hyannis starter, Sam Mitchell. And making his first start on Cape Cod, he was pretty solid. Through 3 innings, he only gave up 2 hits, 1 run on a solo home run. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And he'll give way to his Southern Mississippi teammate, the lefty Bruce Littleton.
Always a fun matchup right here to see it go from one teammate to another, and that's a very, very nice start for Sam Mitchell, making his first start of his career, and Littleton has been great for the Harbor Hawks.
There's a third Southern Miss arm available today, Kevin Landry-Farr. We might see 3 Southern Miss pitchers. But Bruce Littleton, the lefty, has been very solid on Cape Cod through 5 relief appearances. He has an ERA under 3. He has 15 strikeouts to just 5 walks. He has some big fastball velocity and a breaking ball that is lethal against left-handed hitters.
Yeah, Littleton, one of those guys who's got great swing and miss stuff, and that's exactly what you need through this part of the game. He looks really strong as late in the sub-3 ERA.
His last time out against Bourne, he threw 2/3 of an inning, got into a bit of trouble, but it wasn't off of his volition. He gave up 2 runs, but they weren't earned. A couple of Harbor Hawk errors really let that game get away from them on the 25th against Bourne. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Cotuit, Sam Christensen, J.J. Moran, and Isaac Sturgis. The first task for Littleton, the tall left-handed hitting left fielder, Sam Christensen. A big deep breath from Littleton, out of the stretch, first pitch. Fastball up and in. 92 on the heater. Christensen had to bend out of the way of that one. Littleton's 1-0. Another fastball misses inside again. 2-0 to the Cotuit cleanup man. Christensen is a new addition to Cotuit this week. His first appearance was on the 20th against the YD Red Sox. Littleton's 2-0. Another fastball hammered out to center on a line, but right at Charlie Bates, who gloves it at his chest for the first out.
That's got to be frustrating if you're in the box, but if you're Littleton, just a simple out, number one. Did miss the location right there with a belt buckle high changeup, and nonetheless he gets the out.
J.J. Moran coming up to the box from the right-handed side. The only guy to do any damage today for Cotuit. A towering solo home run in the second inning, well over 430 feet. That was a moonshot against Sam Mitchell. Littleton has been terrific against the righties this summer, something you wouldn't really expect as a left-handed pitcher. First offering to Moran, fastball catches the outer edge for strike 1. Righties are hitting just 1 for 15 against Bruce Littleton. He runs that fastball up and in, and the slider is lethal on the back door if he can get it there. 0-1, Littleton rocks and deals. Slider misses downstairs to Moran. Littleton was a 2-sport star in high school. Of course, he was terrific as a pitcher in his native town of Vestavia Hills, Alabama. Big deep breath from the Southern Miss Golden Eagle. Now the 1-1. Backdoor breaking ball finds the zone for strike 2. But he was also a tight end on his football team, where in his senior year he had 1,000 receiving yards and was first team All-Alabama high school tight end. He had offers to play college football at a couple of D2 schools in the South. Looking for the K here against Moran. 1-2. Fastball, check swing, appeal to first, full swing, and Moran down on strikes. But ultimately, Littleton decided to go with the baseball route, and he was very solid in his freshman year with Southern Miss. Only appeared in 10 innings, but struck out 17 batters and only walked 4 guys. He's looking to be a big left-handed reliever for Southern Miss next spring in 2027. Isaac Sturgis into the box, lefty on lefty against Littleton. First pitch, fastball down and in, just misses the zone at 93 miles an hour. And whenever you talk to Bruce Littleton, he's a guy that just loves the game of baseball. He always seems to have a smile on his face. 1-0 lefty on lefty to Sturgis. Misses beneath the zone with the heater. 2-0 on the Cotuit center fielder today. Sturgis has been here since day one with Cotuit. Last time out against Harwich on the 25th He went 2 for 4 with an RBI single. 2-0 from Bruce Littleton. Fastball runs inside, and he's fallen behind Sturgis 3-0.
Always tough to fall behind a guy like this, especially after you get 2 quick outs. But that lineup to center field was on a 2-0 count as well. I doubt he'll be swinging 3-0 down a couple runs.
Littleton to the plate. Fastball finds the zone at the knees, 3-1. Nobody on, 2 out, bottom half of the 4th inning. Harbor Hawks lead the Kettleers 4-1. Hyannis looking to take 3 out of 4 in the Battle of Barnstable. 3-1 pitch from Littleton, misses inside with the heater, and Sturgis on first with a 2-out walk. Here's Jesse DiMaggio hitting from the right-handed side. Now, when baseball fans hear that last name, they think of the New York Yankees Hall of Famer Joe DiMaggio. And Jesse DiMaggio at the plate right now actually has a distant relationship to Joe DiMaggio. He is reportedly a first cousin of Jesse's grandfather. First pitch fastball fouled straight back by Jesse DiMaggio.
So Jesse's grandfather's uncle's or aunt's son is Joe DiMaggio then?
There's a relationship there. And you got to imagine he's pretty good at the game of baseball. At Dallas Baptist during his sophomore campaign, he hit .309 with 13 home runs. Pickoff over to first, Isaac Sturgis back standing.
It's a great last name to have for both reasons. DiMaggio rolls off the tongue and for the name.
Behind 0-1 against Bruce Littleton. The lefty checks on the runner at first, now deals out of the stretch. Fastball grounded over to short, through into left field for a base hit. Jesse DiMaggio will keep the inning going. Runners on first and second with 2 outs in the 4th for Cotuit.
I believe it was a 44-game hit streak for Joe.
It's 56 games.
56.
Which is absurd. No one has really even come close in Major League Baseball since that streak.
I think that somebody will break that before they break Cal Ripken's games played streak, if they're going to break either of those.
In 1941, Joe DiMaggio made that streak, and it has stood ever since then. Big spot here for the catcher, Will Plattner, with runners on first and second, 2 out. Cotuit trailing Hyannis 4-1, home half of the 4th. Littleton's first offering, fastball outer edge, called strike 1. Littleton got the first 2 outs of this 4th inning pretty easily, but back-to-back guys have reached. 0-1. Backdoor breaking ball fouled up along the third base line by Plattner. He was out ahead. And Littleton has some options here as to how he wants to attack the righty. Looking to retire the side and keep the 3-run lead intact for Hyannis. Littleton steps off, and he'll just look Sturgis back to the bag at second. Plattner has yet to record an official at-bat today. He walked in the 3rd and was later stranded on third base. 0-2, here's Littleton. Breaking ball down and away. Appeal over to first, no swing. Plattner barely got the bat off his shoulder, but no harm in checking if you're the catcher for Hyannis, Brody Briggs. Littleton set at his belt. Big, deep breath. Look back at second. Another look. Now 1-2. Fastball fouled up along the right field line. Littleton went back to the heater, and Plattner just sort of threw his bat out there and made contact to stay alive in the at-bat. Plattner has been hitting the ball well as of late. He comes into this game rocking a 5-game hit streak for the Kettleers. Looking to extend it. 1-2 from Littleton. Fastball popped in the air. Foul again along the first base side. He's putting up a battle right now. Will Plattner just finished up his redshirt junior season at Alabama. He transferred in conference from Ole Miss, where he was his first 2 years. 1-2, Littleton again. Backdoor breaking ball misses away. Pick over to first by Brody Briggs. Not in time as Jesse DiMaggio just gets back safely with a head first dive. We've already seen Briggs pick off one runner at first base this year. That was on the 25th against Bourne. He caught Blake Schaff way off the bag. 2-2, Littleton looking to get out of this inning. Both runners go. Pitch on its way. Fouled again. Slowly chopped along the third base side. Plattner is really putting up a battle right now against Bruce Littleton.
This has been a fun one to see. Whoever's going to bend or break first. Littleton continues to fill up the strike zone, but more pitches spoiled every time.
Littleton about to throw his 22nd pitch of the fourth inning. Big pause, and now out of the stretch. 2-2, swing and a miss. Littleton runs the fastball on the outer edge, and Plattner late on it to retire the side. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Bruce Littleton. Still 4-1 Harbor Hawks as we head to the fifth.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Fifth inning here from Lowell Park in Cotuit, nestled deep within the forest along the south coast of Cape Cod. In the fourth edition of the Battle of Barnstable, Hyannis leading Cotuit 4-1. The lefty reliever, Luke Smyers, is on for a second full inning of work. He got into a lot of trouble in the fourth inning, loaded the bases with nobody out, but then induced a double play from Jax Jimenez and a strikeout from Charlie Bates meant only 1 run crossed in that inning.
And this guy had a long wait. That top half of the inning, or the bottom half of this past inning, was very lengthy. One of those games that it's been relatively low scoring early, but lots of great pitching and really great ABs from both sides.
4-1 Harbor Hawks, top of the fifth inning. 4, 5, and 6 set to hit here in this frame. Clay Thompson, Caden Miller, and Tyler Lang will step up to the dish. If anybody gets on, the red-hot Taylor Kirk will have a chance. Here's Clay Thompson to lead things off. Broke out of a big slump in the third inning of this one. An RBI single got Hyannis on the board to tie this game at 1-1, and they haven't looked back since. Cotuit's only run came on a towering solo shot from J.J. Moran in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Clay Thompson. Backdoor breaking ball misses from the left arm of Luke Smyers. Thompson ahead 1-0. Thompson was a late addition to the Harbor Hawks. Added in the first week of July. 1-0 pitch. Up and away to Thompson. 2-0 the count on the James Madison Duke. At James Madison, Thompson had quite the sophomore campaign where he hit .335, slugging percentage over .520, OPS over .900. He did it all. 2-0. Fastball away, 3-0 on Thompson. In 2025, he was with Pasco Hernando College, a JUCO down in Florida, where he had an OPS over 1,100 and scored 82 runs en route to a JUCO national title. 3-0, fastball down and in, called strike 1. But a lot more players are going the JUCO route early in their careers, not just in baseball, but with all sports, since the NCAA just said JUCO years don't count against your four-year eligibility. 3-1, Thompson takes a fastball at his letters. A strike called, and the count's full.
JUCO is a great way to go. Even if you're not an athlete, you save a lot of money, but in terms of the athlete standpoint, it's time of development before you can go to the four-year.
3-2, Thompson looking to stay alive. Down and in with the breaking ball, called strike 3. Thompson had a few words for home plate umpire Rick Force, but after starting ahead 3-0, he has a long walk back to the dugout. Back-to-back Ks for Luke Smyers going back to when he ended the 4th inning. Nobody on, 1 out, and Caden Miller will work lefty on lefty. Out of the stretch, Smyers first offering. Fastball chopped high over to second base on the high hop. Moran fires to first, beats Miller by a step for the second out of the 5th.
It's got to feel refreshing for Cotuit. Hyannis has had a couple long innings. Still one more guy to get through, and it's Tyler Lang, who had the 2-run double his last time up. But as it gets to this bottom half of the order, you really can't take your foot off the pedal because you got some of the best hitters on this squad, including the guy on deck, Taylor Kirk.
Nobody on, 2 out, top half of the 5th. Hyannis leading Cotuit 4-1. Lang, another guy who broke out of a big slump earlier today. First pitch to him, breaking ball misses down and in. Before today's game, Lang was just 1 for 10 in his first 3 games on Cape Cod. That double must have felt good. 1-0 on its way. Fastball inner edge just misses, and Lang ahead 2-0. Four runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Hawks. 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error for Cotuit. 2-0 pitch. Fastball waved at and missed. Tyler Lang well late on that pitch, and the count now sits at 2-1 to the USC Upstate DH. Lang primarily a catcher, but getting a day off in the field today. 2-1. Another fastball fouled away. Opposite field down the right field line. And it's 2-2 on Lang. Smyers set at his belt. Out of the stretch. Big breaking ball hammered out to center, and it drops. Oh, never mind, it's cut. Isaac Sturgis makes the catch. It looked like it was going to drop, but the inning ends 1-2-3 for the Hawks. Bottom of the 5th upcoming, 4-1 Hyannis.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom of the 5th here from Cotuit, Massachusetts. Hyannis leading Cotuit 4-1 in the Battle of Barnstable. Bruce Littleton out for his 2nd inning of work. He threw a lot of pitches in his 1st inning of relief. Fifth inning here from Cotuit, Massachusetts. Harbor Hawks 4, Kettleers 1. Bruce Littleton out for his 2nd inning of relief. He had to work for that scoreless 4th inning after 2 quick outs. A walk and a single, but struck out the 8-hitter, Will Plattner, to retire the side. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for Cotuit here in the 5th. Drew Repepe, Aiden Aguayo, and Landon Beaver. If anybody gets on, the red-hot Hogan Denny will have a chance.
The Harbor Hawks pitching staff has kept it going here. It all starts with the pitching for Hyannis and all the winning stretches they've had this season. They're riding 2 strong wins into tonight.
It was Sam Mitchell for 3 innings of 1-run ball, and then he gave way to his teammate at Southern Miss, Bruce Littleton. The lefty set, the righty drew Repepe into the box. First pitch of the 5th. Fastball misses way upstairs from Littleton. Bruce Littleton has been proving to be a very solid left-handed reliever in this Hyannis bullpen. 1-0 pitch. Another fastball misses up and away. Hyannis has 3 lefties that they like to go to out of the pen. Braden Sharp and Van Froling are the other 2. Froling got the save yesterday against the YD Red Sox. 2-0. Another fastball up and away, and Littleton has fallen behind the 9-hitter 3-0.
I was a little surprised to see Van Froling listed as available for tonight's action. After 2 innings yesterday.
He only faced 5 batters and threw less than 20 pitches. 3-0. Fastball away, and Littleton 4 consecutive balls to start the 5th inning.
Bruce Littleton, when he walks guys, seems to fall behind and stay behind.
We know Littleton can go deep into an outing. He threw 3 innings against Cotuit on the 20th of July, as Brody Briggs will have a meeting with his reliever. And he started a 4th inning against the Anglers, but then ran into trouble. So I believe the plan today is have Littleton go the middle innings, 4, 5, and 6. And then Hyannis has a couple of righties they can throw to. First pitch to the leadoff man, Aiden Aguayo. Backdoor breaking ball to the right. He called a strike. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom half of the 5th inning. 4-1 Hyannis over Cotuit. A big deep breath from Littleton. Now the 0-1 offering. Breaking ball fouled along the third base line. That pitch was hit sharply by Aguayo, but he just couldn't keep it fair.
After a 4-pitch walk, Littleton right back in the strike zone.
0-2. Aguayo looking to battle back in the count. The lefty rocks and deals. Fastball called, strike 3 on the low outside corner. Aguayo can't believe it, and he has a slow walk back to the dugout as the first out of the 5th.
Beautiful spot. Already up to 3 strikeouts in relief, matching Mitchell. Right there, just froze him.
So from a 4-pitch walk to a 3-pitch strikeout for Littleton. He's dialed back in after the meeting with his catcher, Brody Briggs. Landon Beaver will hit lefty on lefty now out of the 2-hole. Littleton's first offering, front door breaking ball called strike 1. Drew Repepe, the runner on first, 1 out here in the 5th. Harbor Hawks 4, Kettleers 1. Littleton working quickly. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded foul into the Hyannis dugout along the first base side. That one was sharply hit right into the visiting dugout. It doesn't look like anyone on the Hyannis side was hit by that ball, but that was scary.
Loud bang against what is likely the back of the dugout.
Bruce Littleton, 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball caught on and missed. Beaver way out ahead. Back-to-back Ks for Bruce Littleton after the leadoff walk.
Getting ahead of hitters and putting them away quickly. That's how to respond from that leadoff walk.
In steps the most dangerous man in the Cotuit order, Hogan Denny. The sophomore from Mooresville, Indiana. First pitch from Littleton. Backdoor breaking ball can't find the zone. 1-0 the count. Since returning to Cape Cod, Denny is rocking a 3-game hit streak. A look at first from Littleton. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fastball chopped foul by Denny along the third base side. Denny was an opening day player for Cotuit, and then after playing in 7 games, he left to join the Team USA collegiate team. Normally, when players do that, they don't return. But Hogan Denny said that he had such a blast with Cotuit in the first part of the year, he had to come back. 1-1, Denny fouls a fastball straight back into the fencing. That's 1-2 against the Indiana Hoosier.
And we've talked about backstops around the league here. The chain link fence, no padding at all.
1-2, Littleton looking for his 3rd consecutive K. Out of the stretch, 1-2. Denny fouls another one back. But this guy has a ton of pop. Put the Big Ten on notice during his sophomore campaign with the Indiana Hoosiers. He hit .380, slugged 14 home runs, had a slugging percentage over .670. Littleton looking to set him down quietly. Another 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed again. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Bruce Littleton after the leadoff walk. He has 5 Ks through 2 innings of work, and Hyannis still has a 3-run lead, 4-1, as we head to the 6th.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the Rental Source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
6th inning set to start from Lowell Park in Cotuit. Harbor Hawks 4, Kettleers 1, 7, 8, and 9 due up for Hyannis here in the 6th. Taylor Kirk, Brody Briggs, and J.C. Davis will hit. If anybody gets on, the lineup will flip to the top where Matt Einish awaits. Luke Smyers is still out there for Cotuit out of relief. He got the final out of the 3rd inning and then gave up a run in the 4th inning, but it got out of the jam pretty well with a double play and then a strikeout. And then a 1-2-3 5th inning. He's really settled in and kept the Harbor Hawks at bay since coming into the game.
Turning into a bit of a pitcher's duel out of the bullpen. Both Littleton and Smyers dealing in their respective roles, both lefties as well.
Here's Taylor Kirk to hit from the right-handed side against the lefty Luke Smyers. Kirk has had quite the story throughout his summer on Cape Cod. First pitch from Smyers. Fastball down and in. Kirk started off really slow on Cape Cod. He came to Hyannis on opening day and started the summer just 2 for 27. Got kicked out of the lineup throughout points of the year and was really struggling with the bat. 1-0 pitch. Chopped on the ground over to short. Aiden Aguayo gloves it. Throw over to first. Low, but dug out by Hogan Denny for the first out of the 6th. To finish that thought, though, Taylor Kirk was in the transfer portal trying to leave Fordham for a new home, and he hadn't found a home for a while. Throughout the first month of the summer, he was still searching. And then he finally announced his commitment to UCLA, and since then he's been hammering the ball. In the month of July, he's been red hot. In the 2nd inning, he had a hit to extend his hit streak to 8 games, and he's been a big player in the Hyannis order throughout the back half of this year. First pitch to Brody Briggs. Fastball outer edge, called a strike.
Just plays the game hard. Ran that ground ball out as hard as he could down the first base line and made it a close play.
0-1 to the Hyannis catcher, Brody Briggs. Curveball in the dirt. Misses. Briggs 0 for 1 today with a walk in the 4th. He later came around to score on that double play from Jax Jimenez. No RBI on that play for Jimenez, but he did push the run home. 1-1 to the Arizona State Sun Devil. Breaking ball misses away, and it's 2-1 to Brody Briggs. He was added to the Hyannis roster because they were in desperate need of a catcher. Will Fosberg was the only rostered catcher. And Brody Briggs was with Hyannis last year, played 21 games for the Harbor Hawks in 2025. 2-1 pitch, fastball outer edge, called a strike. 2-2 on Briggs. But when Hyannis asked him if he would be willing to come back and help out the catching department, he said absolutely. He talked about how much fun he had during his 2025 summer. It was a no-brainer for him to return. 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outer edge. Brody Briggs did not like the call. He has a few words for the plate umpire, Rick Force, but it won't change the umpire's mind. There's 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
And he'll see him soon when he gets back behind the dish in the bottom of the 6th.
Nobody on, 2 out for J.C. Davis. Top of the 6th inning, 4-1 Hyannis over the Cotuit Kettleers. Davis lined into a double play in the 2nd inning. First pitch, fastball outside. He singled in the 4th inning after he was trying to lay down a sac bunt, but he beat the throw out at first base. Davis has been the king of just beating out those sac bunts this year. It's where the majority of his hits have come from. 1-0. Fouled into the netting, or fencing, behind home plate. 1-1 to J.C. Davis. This is the 4th edition of the Battle of Barnstable, the rivalry between Cotuit and Hyannis. Breaking ball misses away from the left arm of Smyers. 2-1. Hyannis took the first 2 matchups. One here at Cotuit, one home at McKeon Park. But then Cotuit won the 3rd matchup, 1-0 in Hyannis. 2-1 to Davis, grounded sharply over to short, backhanded by Aiden Aguayo. Throw across the diamond, bounces and rolls up to first base. Davis would have beat out that throw anyway. And he has his 2nd hit of the game, a 2-out single.
Yeah, maybe next time you'll pocket that one. It rolled its way over to Denny at first base. Needed a little more on it.
It looked like it just slipped out of his hand and just was rolling up along the infield grass. So Davis on first base with 2 out here in the top of the 6th, and Matt Einish will hit. Hyannis protecting a 3-1 lead. Fastball misses away to Einish.
Now J.C. Davis is 2 for 3 without leaving the infield.
The majority of his hits this year haven't left the infield, but he has enough speed to beat some of them out. 1-0 Davis on the move to second base, and he'll get there without a throw. The fastball missed inside, and the catcher, Will Plattner, didn't really get a good grip on the ball. He just let Davis have it.
Bit awkward catching it coming out of his crouch, trying to speed up the transfer. Just no throw.
4th stolen base of the game for the Harbor Hawks. 2-0 to Einish. Bounces in the dirt, and he's ahead 3-0. The ever-dangerous Jax Jimenez waits on deck for the Harbor Hawks. He is yet to extend his 9-game hit streak today. He's 0 for 3. Runner on second, 2 out. 3-0 to Matt Einish. Fastball called a strike on the outer edge, and Smyers will stay alive in the count. The Kettleer left-handed reliever looking for his 2nd consecutive scoreless inning out of the bullpen. 3-1 pitch on its way. At the knees, just low for ball 4. Einish draws another walk. He has been on 3 times today. A single, a hit by pitch, and a walk so far after he struck out to lead off the game. And Jax Jimenez will step in with a big spot right now. Runners on first and second, 2 out in the top half of the 6th inning. Hyannis leads 4-1 over Cotuit. Smyers needs a good pitch right now. Jimenez shows bunt and pulls it back. We know he's a threat to lay one down. He has the speed to reach. Maybe he was just trying to give the lefty reliever something else to look at out there.
It's a tricky spot there. Might have just been trying to throw off the game a little.
1-0. Smyers set out of the stretch. 1-0. Fastball up and away. And Jimenez has the count in his favor right now.
Smyers starting to lose control over the plate. Might be a take here early on the 2-0.
Davis on second, Hyannis on first. Smyers, 2-0. Grounded over to short and through into left field for a base hit. Past the dive of Aiden Aguayo, the shortstop. Davis to the plate, he scores with a head-first dive. Jimenez extends the hitting streak to 10 games, and Hyannis adds another run. It's 5-1 Harbor Hawks in the top of the sixth.
And J.C. Davis was flying around, going from second to home, and really not even a close play at all at the plate. And he made sure of it.
Charlie Bates will step in and look to continue this inning for the Harbor Hawks with Hyannis on second and Jimenez on first. The lefty deals. Bates, first pitch swinging, fastball late on it. Smyers got the first two outs of this inning against Taylor Kirk and Brody Briggs, but a single, a walk, and a single has Hyannis threatening for more. 0-1 to Charlie Bates. Inside with the heater, and it's 1-1 to the Stanford Cardinal. Bates played all of last year for the Harbor Hawks, but he just hit 196, but this year he's really brought up the production. He was a Cape League All-Star this year. 1-1. Grounded over to third, gloved and stopped by Drew Repepe. He'll go to the third base bag himself and force out Hyannis to retire the side. 5-1 Hyannis as we move to the bottom half of the sixth, but before that, we'll step down to the sidelines where our very own Ethan Wax has a report.
The Battle of Barnstable. This is one of the oldest, most iconic, and most passionate rivalry the Cape League has to offer. Both teams each sit respectively. They combine for 20 titles, with Cotuit owning 17 of them. And their last title for the Kettleers was back in 2019, just 7 years ago. Hyannis is desperate for a title as they've only had 3 in their franchise's history. And their most previous title was 35 years ago. There's some notable players who came through these teams, with the most famous one, Jackie Bradley Jr., as one of Hyannis's most pristine players to come out of this organization. For Cotuit, it's Chase Utley and Charlie Blackman, who've made their mark in the major leagues. So we'll see how this time goes around as I turn it back to you guys.
Thanks, Ethan. You know, this Battle of Barnstable is one of the most historic rivalries on Cape Cod. Hyannis and Cotuit are the only two teams that share a county. They're both in Barnstable County. Cotuit on the very far west end, Hyannis on the very far east end. But there's always fireworks when these two teams meet. Bottom of the sixth inning set to start. Hyannis leading Cotuit 5-1. The Kettleers have the middle of their order due up, 4, 5, and 6. Sam Christensen, J.J. Moran, and Isaac Sturgis. If Hyannis pulls out a win today, they will win the season series against Cotuit. They currently have the lead 2-1. First pitch from Bruce Littleton, lefty on lefty to Sam Christensen. Fastball misses down and in. But Cotuit is definitely the older brother in the rivalry. They've won 17 titles to Hyannis' 3. 1-0. Front hit breaking ball called a strike. 1-1 on the lefty Sam Christensen.
And an older brother in terms of just being the first team here in Barnstable. And they really pride themselves on the history and have an old-time feel around Lowell Park.
1-1 Littleton out of the stretch. Another front hit breaking ball. Misses down and in. Sam Christensen ahead in the count 2-1. A lot of people don't know how the Harbor Hawks and Kettleers got their names. Of course, Hyannis used to be called the Hyannis Mets, but Major League Baseball intervened and said, you can't have the name of an MLB team unless you pay us a royalty. 2-1 pitch from Littleton. Fastball fouled away. It's 2-2. So Hyannis had to change their name. And, of course, McKeon Park is right behind Hyannis Harbor, the most famous and most notable aspect of Hyannis. And there are a lot of ospreys that fly around the harbor. And osprey is more notably named as a Seahawk. 2-2 from Littleton. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Christensen out ahead. He's down on strikes. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Bruce Littleton. Going back to the 5th inning, he has really been on his A game out of relief.
He's turned a corner. It was a 4-pitch walk to Drew Rapepi to start off the 5th, and since then, just lights out, efficient as you can be.
J.J. Moran will hit from the right-handed side. He's 1 for 2 today with a solo home run in the 2nd inning, the only run of the game for the Kettleers. Littleton's first offering. Fastball bounces and it gets away from Brody Briggs. So with a Harbor Hawk also being a Seahawk, it just made sense because Hyannis Harbor, Harbor Hawks, Triple H, alliteration. Everyone loves the alliteration names, so that's how the Hyannis Harbor Hawks got their name. 1-0 from Littleton. Line foul, sharply down the third base side. Now the Cotuit Kettleers have a more interesting story as to how they got their name. The early settlers that came to Europe from on the Mayflower made their way up to the Massachusetts area. They had to make a deal with the Native Americans currently living on the land. 1-1 pitch from Littleton bounces. 2-1 to the 5-hitter J.J. Moran with nobody on and 1 out in the bottom half of the 6th. And the Native Americans were like, well, you're not just going to live here without giving us something. So the early settlers from Europe gave the natives a big brass kettle as a gift and as a deal for the land. Littleton's 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses away. 3-1 to the Cotuit 5-hitter. So the early transaction was they gave the Native Americans a big giant brass kettle for the rights to stay on their land. And that is how the name Kettleers came to be. And that's what Cotuit has named their baseball team ever since the 40s when they were founded. 3-1, fastball misses away, and J.J. Moran is on with a 1-out walk here in the 6th. But there's a lot of history between these two teams, and even going back to the names of the two teams. There's not many people know what a Kettleer is, but that's what it is. It's a name for the early settlers that arrived on Cape Cod.
I was worried for a second that the deal was they were giving them the naming rights to this team.
First pitch from Littleton to the lefty. Isaac Sturgis bounces in the dirt. A nice block by Brody Briggs will keep J.J. Moran at first base. Runner on first, 1 out, bottom half of the 6th inning. Hyannis leading Cotuit 5-1 in the Battle of Barnstable.
We'll take your land, but we'll give you the naming rights to this Cape Cod Baseball League team. Take it or leave it.
Now, this transaction happened over 300 years ago. 1-0. Slider misses beneath the zone, and Littleton balls behind the 6-hitter. 2-0.
Walk an inning for Littleton, and he's worked out of it in each. You're trying to avoid back-to-back walks.
His 50th pitch upcoming on 2-0. Fastball misses in the dirt. 3-0 to Sturgis. There's action in the Hyannis bullpen. A righty has began to take some throws out there. Littleton's longest outing this year was 3 1/3 innings. against the Chatham Anglers, where he really started to struggle once he entered that fourth frame. Only got one out in that inning. So this will, in all likelihood, be his last inning of work. 3-0 pitch on its way. Fastball inner edge, called a strike. In the fourth inning, he struck out 2, gave up a hit and a walk, but no runs. In the fifth inning, he gave up a walk, but then 3 consecutive strikeouts, no runs allowed. Here in the sixth, a strikeout and a walk. Has a runner on first and 1 out. 3-1 pitch upcoming to the lefty, Isaac Sturgis. Fastball misses in the dirt again. And the scoreboard is definitely wrong that time. They said that fastball from Bruce Littleton was 117 miles an hour. I don't know if we can really trust that board going throughout the rest of this game, Charlie.
And I don't know if Mitch Carricker can trust Bruce Littleton throughout the rest of this game either. Heading out to the mound here in a spot that Littleton's worked himself into with back-to-back walks.
Jesse DiMaggio will hit with a runner on first and second and 1 out. And that might be it for Bruce Littleton. He was solid out of relief, but he exits after 2 consecutive walks and runners on. We'll tell you about the new Hyannis pitcher when we come back on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Hyannis leading Cotuit 5-1 here in the home half of the 6th inning. With Bruce Littleton getting into some trouble, Hyannis turns to a new pitcher. It's the right-handed Sanford product, Mason Blash, pitching in his second game on Cape Cod. His first appearance came against Falmouth, where he gave up 5 hits in 2 2/3 innings, gave up 2 earned runs. Looking for a little bit better of an appearance here, protecting a 4-run lead.
And that game finished a 15-7 win for the Commodores. Here a tight game as well, or at least tight when he enters. And go back to that Falmouth game. It was an 8-7 game before the Commodores took off late.
Sam Mitchell got the start today for the Harbor Hawks. He threw 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run on 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He gave way to his Southern Miss teammate, Bruce Littleton, who threw 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. He's responsible for the runners on first and second right now. And Mason Blash will try and make sure no runs get added to the line of Bruce Littleton. 5-1 Harbor Hawks. And Jesse DiMaggio will hit to try to get Cotuit back in this one. Blash set. First pitch out of the stretch, swing and a miss. DiMaggio well late on the fastball that time, and he'll have to work from behind.
It's an adjustment changing from Littleton in his last at-bat where he got a single.
0-1, Blash set at his belt, winds and deals. Fastball hit a mile high out to shallow left. Clay Thompson racing in, settles under it, and makes the catch for the second out of the 6th. That'll bring Will Plattner to the plate. Runners on first and second, 2 out. And Cotuit needs a big hit right now. Mason Blash will be a reliever on the Cape for the Harbor Hawks. This is his second appearance out of the bullpen. But at Sanford, he was one of their everyday starters. Maybe we see him in a starter role later this season. First pitch to Plattner, fastball outer edge, just misses 1-0 the count. He started 15 games for Sanford. He didn't make any appearances out of the bullpen. He was pretty solid, had an ERA of 5.47, only walked 20 batters and struck out 62 throughout 74 innings. 1-0 pitch. Another sky-high fly ball out to shallow left center. Thompson calls off the center fielder Charlie Bates and makes his second consecutive catch to retire the side. No damage after Bruce Littleton walks 2 batters. Mason Blash cleans up the mess, and it's still 5-1 Hyannis as we head to the 7th.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it.
7th inning here from Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts. It's been all Harbor Hawks today. They lead the Kettleers 5-1, and they'll face a new pitcher on the mound for Cotuit. Truett Manuel, the righty, will relieve the lefty Luke Smyers, who went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Manuel just finished up his freshman campaign at NC State, where he only threw 7 innings and had an ERA over 9. Struggled with the walk, but did have high strikeout numbers. Here on Cape Cod, he has made 5 appearances to a lot better of a result. 9 innings, he has an ERA of 2. He has walked 11 batters and struck out 6, so he has struggled a bit with the command, but the runs have been down.
An all-star game selection for his performance this summer. He pitched against Hyannis the first time these teams faced off back in June, going 2 innings with 1 walk and a strikeout.
He'll face Clay Thompson, Caden Miller, and Tyler Lang in his first inning of work, 4, 5, and 6 in the Harbor Hawks order. Last time these two teams played at Lowell Park, it was a thriller on the 20th of June. First pitch to Thompson, fastball outer edge, called strike 1 at 94 miles an hour from Manuel. It was a 2-2 tie game going into the 9th inning, and the Harbor Hawks catcher John Embry, RBI single in the top of the 9th, gave Hyannis the lead 3-2, and they never looked back. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball fouled away by Thompson. He's behind quickly, 0-2. And then Hyannis was all over Cotuit in the second matchup in the Battle of Barnstable. At home, they hit 4 home runs to take down Cotuit 5-3. 0-2 pitch to Thompson. Breaking ball misses well in the dirt. About 7 feet in front of the plate that time. The pitch barely got to the dirt circle around home plate.
Just about hit his spot on a bounce. Didn't have to move much for Plattner behind the plate.
1-2. Thompson looking to battle back in this at-bat. Pitch on its way. Another breaking ball bounces well short, and it's 2-2 on Thompson. The third time these two teams played was again in Hyannis, where the Harbor Hawks lost 1-0 in a game where Cotuit only had 3 hits. Hyannis had 8 hits, but they left 11 guys on base in a game they really wanted to have back. Manuel, deep breath. 2-2 pitch from the NC State product. Fouled straight back and a hard hit into the fencing right next to our crowd mic. If Hyannis converts this 5-1 lead right now into a win, they would take the season series in the Battle of Barnstable, this rivalry series they have with Cotuit. These two teams will play one more time on the 1st of August in Hyannis. 2-2 pitch from Manuel. Another breaking ball bounces well short, and it skips over the fencing behind home plate. This is a very tall fence behind home plate. It's about 20 feet high, and that pitch just skipped off the plate, off the knee pad of the catcher, Will Plattner, and clean over onto the top of the press box. After 0-2, Thompson has run the count full. Manuel looking to set him down. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away. Thompson earns the leadoff walk.
That's a great at-bat from Clay Thompson, working back into the count and taking a free pass. I don't think I've seen a ball ramp up off a catcher like that before. It's a bad night for somebody in the concession line.
Well, Manuel's lucky there weren't any runners on when he did that, because they would have gotten maybe an extra base if they were going off that. Caden Miller into the box from the left-handed side against the righty reliever Manuel. First pitch on its way. Fastball hit a mile high, deep out to center field. Isaac Sturgis settles under it and waits for the ball to come down from the heavens as he gloves it for the first out of the 7th.
Early aggression from Caden Miller after Manuel was having trouble finding the strike zone to finish the at-bat against Thompson.
Tyler Lang will dig in. Both these two teams have a lot to play for in the final week of the Cape Cod season. Both teams have 6 games left to play, including today. Pick off over to first. Clay Thompson back with a head-first dive. We know how aggressive he can be on the bases. 30 bases stolen during his sophomore campaign with James Madison. Hyannis still trailing the Bourne Braves by just 5 points at the top of the West Division. The division crown is still very much a possibility. Another pickoff over to first. Thompson back again with a dive. And they're also battling the Falmouth Commodores for second place in the West. They sit just 2 points clear of Falmouth. And whoever comes out ahead in second place will have home field advantage in the first round of the postseason. There goes Thompson for second. Fastball misses up. Throw down. Not in time. It was a good pitch for the catcher, Will Plattner, to throw on. Fastball above the zone, but he skipped the throw down into second. Thompson had a good jump, but he steals the bag. His second theft of the day. Cotuit, on the other hand, they're fighting for their playoff lives. They currently control the last spot from the West Division. 1-0 pitch grounded over to short, backhanded by Aiden Aguayo. Long throw across the diamond in time to get Lang. It was high, but Denny with a nice stretch at first completes the putout. Runner on third now with 2 out in the top of the 7th. Hyannis leading Cotuit 5-1. But 4 teams out of the 5 in the West Division make the postseason. Cotuit currently sits in 4th place, but the Wareham Gatemen just 2 points behind them, breathing down their neck for that final playoff spot. So Cotuit needs a win in the worst way possible. Taylor Kirk in, looking to add 1 more run for Hyannis, with Thompson sitting at third. Pitch misses down and away. Breaking ball misses. 1-0 on Taylor Kirk. This is the only game being played in the 4:30 slot. 1-0 from Manuel. Fastball misses outside. Kirk ahead in the count 2-0. Currently in the top of the 3rd inning from Gov Fuller Field, the Falmouth Commodores up 8-0 on the Bourne Braves. So that's good news for Hyannis, being that they're chasing Bourne for the top of the division, but bad news because Falmouth is going to keep pace with them. 2-0 pitch from Manuel. Fastball right down Broadway, called strike 1 on Taylor Kirk. 2-1 count, 2 out, runner on third, top of the 7th.
That might help out the Commodores' run differential after losing 14-2 and 15-1 in their last 2 games.
Manuel looking to get out of this 7th inning clean. 2-1 pitch on its way. Big fastball misses inside at 93 miles an hour. And Taylor Kirk in a 3-1 hitters count. So should Hyannis hold on to this 5-1 lead and Falmouth hold on to their 8-0 lead, Hyannis would move 3 points behind Bourne for the division lead, and they'd still be a clean 2 points ahead of Falmouth for second. 3-1 pitch from Manuel. Kirk swings and skies one out of play behind home plate. A couple of kids in pursuit of that big fly ball, and there's a big scrum for it. Almost going into the forest here. Lowell Park in Cotuit is nestled within a bunch of trees. It's really one of the most beautiful parks in the country. Everyone who comes here has nothing but good things to say about how beautiful it is. 3-2, 2 out, runner on third, 5-1 Hyannis, top half of the seventh. Manuel out of the stretch, deals to Taylor Kurt. Fastball grounded sharply over to short. Aguayo scoops it, throws high to first, but Denny reaches up for it and makes the catch. Third out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. One runner left on base for the Hawks. We stretch here from Lowell Park. Still 5-1 Harbor Hawks.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Bottom of the seventh, set to commence from beautiful Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts. Nestled deep within the forest off the south shore of Cape Cod. It's been all Harbor Hawks today. They lead the Kettleers 5-1. And Mason Blash is out for a second inning of work out of the bullpen. He relieved Bruce Littleton in the sixth inning. And with runners on first and second and one out, Mason Blash got 2 quick flyouts to end the threat. And now he'll face 9, 1, and 2 of the Kettleers order. Drew Ripepi, Aiden Aguayo, and Landon Beaver. And if anybody gets on, the ever-dangerous Hogan Denny will hit.
Big inning here for the Kettleers. They've been stranding runners for now the past 4 innings, and they're running out of chances.
They stranded 2 runners in the third, 2 runners in the fourth, 1 runner in the fifth, and 2 runners in the sixth. And Drew Ripepi will try and lead things off with a base runner here. No lights here at Lowell Park in Cotuit. Daylight quickly fading. Cotuit might be running out of time. First pitch from Mason Blash. Fastball swung on and hit foul out of play down the right field side. The only run today for Cotuit was a towering solo home run from J.J. Moran way back in the second inning. Cotuit got on the board first. 0-1 pitch from Blash, bounces in the dirt. 1-1 the count on the 9-hitter Ripepi. Since then, it has been all Harbor Hawks. They pushed across 3 runs in the third, 1 run in the fourth, 1 run in the sixth. As they continue to push the Bourne Braves for first place in this West Division. 0-1. This is upstairs. The count is 2-1. The plate umpire, Rick Force, waving his hands in the air as the outfield scoreboard was incorrect. 2-1 from Mason Blash. Half swing, appeal to first, full swing. And the count even at 2-2 on Ripepi. Two, nobody out. Bottom of the seventh, Hyannis leading Cotuit 5-1. Blash into the windup. 2-2 pitch, fouled straight back, out of play. Blash looking to retire 3 in a row. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses, smothered by Brody Briggs, but the count runs full.
The leadoff man's only reached twice today for the Kettleers.
Full count pitch coming up. Blash looking to avoid a leadoff walk. Payoff on its way. Fastball called, strike 3 on the low outside corner. A beautiful pitch from Mason Blash. And the top of the order will hit for Cotuit with nobody on and 1 out in the bottom half of the 7th.
This Harbor Hawks pitching staff has been saving their best pitch for these full counts. Just finding the black and getting the call.
Aiden Aguayo hits righty on righty against Blash. First offering to him. Fastball hit foul along the first base line. Aguayo 1 for 3 today with a single in the 3rd inning. But the Hyannis pitching staff has really been giving it their A game today. Just 1 run through the first 6 innings. 0-1 pitch, lined into left, foul. That line drive just missed getting into the corner by a couple of feet off the right-handed bat of Aiden Aguayo, and he's now behind 0-2. Blash set at his chest, glove in front of his face. Into the windup, 0-2 pitch. Check swing, and it looks like it got a piece of Aguayo. He's shaking his left hand. Brody Briggs will give a new ball out there for Mason Blash. I believe they say it got a piece of the bat, so it's just a foul ball.
Yeah, that'll still sting you right up on the handle.
0-2. Blash looking for back-to-back Ks. Here's the offering. Fastball line deep out towards center. Racing back, Jax Jimenez in front of the warning track. He makes the catch at his chest for the 2nd out of the 7th. It's the first time a ball has been hit to him today. His first put out of the game. And there's nobody on and 2 out here in the 7th for the 2-hole hitter, Landon Beaver. Cotuit running out of outs and running out of daylight right now. Beaver to hit lefty and righty against Blash. First offering, fastball hit opposite field down the line and left. Racing in Clay Thompson, and he can't get it. It drops in fair. Beaver with a large turn off of first base, but he'll walk back to first with a 2-out single.
And that's the speed of Clay Thompson to cut that ball off and hold Beaver to a 1-base single.
Here's Hogan Denny. We've been mentioning how dangerous he can be with the bat. Started the year with Cotuit, left for Team USA. Decided he wanted more action on the Cape, came back, but he's been quiet today. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch from Blash. Down and away. Curveball misses to Denny. He struck out on a fastball in the 3rd inning from Sam Mitchell and struck out on a breaking ball from Bruce Littleton in the 5th. 2 swinging Ks. 1-0 pitch to Denny. Fastball fouled away along the right field line. 1-1 the count to the Indiana Hoosier.
Plenty of pink in the batter's box for Denny.
Pink bat and a pink leg guard as well. 1-1. Blash checks his wrist for the pitch signal on his PitchCom device. Set at his belt. Out of the stretch, 1-1 to Denny. Misses in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Pitch on its way. Denny watches it go. Change up outer half of the zone. Called strike 2.
Blash could definitely finish this game for Hyannis, especially if it only goes 8 innings.
2-2. Blash looking for a second strikeout here in the 7th. He deals to Denny. Fastball crushed deep in the air out towards center field. Charlie Bates back at the track, at the wall. He makes the catch up against the fencing. Hogan Denny retired for the 4th time today, and Hyannis keeps a 4-run lead, 5-1, as we head to the 8th.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. It's a no-brainer for every player.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
8th inning set to start here from Lowell Park in Cotuit. The Harbor Hawks lead the Kettleers 5-1. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Harbor Hawks here in the 8th. Brody Briggs, J.C. Davis, and Matt Einish will hit. If anybody gets on, the red-hot Jax Jimenez will have a chance. The Harbor Hawks currently sit at 17-17 through 34 games on the Cape League summer. With a win today, they could be above 500 for the first time this season. They were 1-1 after winning the second game of the year at Wareham, and then they quickly fell to 1-5. Since then, they've been below 500 the whole year, but they're back, and a win today could put them in the green for the first time.
It would feel good for the Harbor Hawks. They've been fighting this season, and looks like they have a group bought in trying to compete for the playoffs. They're starting to play their best baseball.
Well, one thing that they've also been chasing this year is the Bourne Braves atop the West Division. Right now they sit 5 points behind the first-place Braves, and Bourne is currently losing 8-0 in the 3rd inning to Falmouth. So if Hyannis completes this win and Bourne can't come back, Hyannis would move just 3 points behind the Braves for that #1 seed in the West. Brody Briggs into the box from the left-handed side. First pitch from the reliever, Truett Manuel, grounded sharply over to second base, gloved by J.J. Moran as he goes to a knee, and he'll whip a throw over to first for the first out of the 8th.
Brody Briggs continues his search for his first hit on this Cape League summer, but he's had some hard-hit balls just finding gloves so far.
Briggs 0 for 3 today, but he did score a run after he walked in the 4th inning. J.C. Davis will hit from the right-handed side. Davis 2 for 3 today with 2 infield singles. He also scored a run back in the 6th. Manuel's first offering, slider misses, but on the top step cheering, and this squad looks to be pretty dangerous as we head towards postseason play. Out of the stretch, 3-1 from Manuel, misses downstairs. J.C. Davis on for the 3rd time today with a 1-out walk. That'll bring Matt Einish up to the plate with a runner on first, 1 out. Top of the 8th inning, Hyannis leading Cotuit 5-1. As for the Kettleers, they're currently just 2 points ahead of the Wareham Gatemen for the last playoff spot out of the West Division. The Gatemen will be playing on the road against Chatham tonight. Pickoff over to first, sails high and gets all the way up the right field line. Davis on his way to second, he'll stay there. That pickoff throw wasn't even close from Truett Manuel. It sailed over the head of Hogan Denny, and he didn't even put a glove up to catch that one. He immediately just started running to corral that baseball.
This has been the best game of J.C. Davis's Cape League summer here from the plate. First multi-hit game and finding ways on base with the walk and moving up a base. Stole a base his last time, now moves on the error.
Webb to the Manuel to the plate. Fastball misses away. 1-0 on Matt Einish. But if Cotuit loses today and Wareham takes down Chatham, those two would be tied for the last playoff spot with 5 games to go. 1-0 misses up and away. 2-0 on Matt Einish. We're starting to run out of daylight here at Lowell Park. This field doesn't have any lights. Cotuit might have their last bats coming up in the 8th. 1-0, fastball inner edge, called a strike. It's actually 2-1. The scoreboard has been wrong a couple of times out there in center field, but plate umpire Rick Force has been putting his hands up to keep everyone informed. Davis leads off of second, 2-1 pitch. Fouled away down the left field line. And it's 2-2 on Hyannis. (5-1) Harbor Hawks as they look for their 3rd consecutive win and their 8th win in their last 10 games. Truett Manuel set at his belt. He looks back Davis at second. Now he looks a second time. Now he looks a third time. Now he deals out of the stretch. Fastball downstairs to Hyannis, and the count runs full. (3-2). Hyannis looking to add insult to injury. Up 4 runs in the Battle of Barnstable. Pick off over to second base. Davis back well in time. He saw that inside move coming from Truett Manuel. If Hyannis wins today, not only would they be above 500 for the first time this year, not only would they close ground on the Bourne Braves, but they would win the season series with their oldest rival, the Cotuit Kettleers. They currently lead the season series 2-1. Payoff on its way to Matt Hyannis. Fastball fouled away, and he stays alive.
Always a big showing for the Battle of Barnstable, bringing both sides of the town together.
The West Virginia Mountaineer, Matt Hyannis, late to the Cape after his squad made it to Omaha, but he's been red hot since he's gotten here. 3-2 to him. Fouled away again. He stays alive. He'll see an 8th pitch upcoming.
And with it being the Battle of Barnstable, it's a bit surprising that the July 4th series in the Cape League goes between the Harbor Hawks and Yarmouth Dennis, who are also very close to one another.
I think as the crow flies, Hyannis and Yarmouth are closer than Hyannis and Cotuit. But these two teams share a county, and they don't like each other. 3-2 from Manuel, lined over to second base, scooped on a pick by J.J. Moran, throw to first in time. That was quite the play. He looked like a first baseman over there.
It's tricky, trying to either charge it or hold it. And yeah, it was like a first baseman picking that ball.
Here's Jax Jimenez, the Oregon Duck. Switch hitter will bat from the left-handed side for the first time today. He took his first 4 at-bats against a left-handed pitcher batting right-handed. He's 1 for 4 today with an RBI single back in the 6th. Truett Manuel to the plate out of the stretch. Downstairs with the changeup. J.C. Davis on third, 1-0 count, 2 outs. Top of the 8th, 5-1 Harbor Hawks over the Kettleers. Jimenez has really been the catalyst, at least in the lineup, for this torrid stretch that the Hawks have been on. 1-0. Jimenez shows bunt, pulls it back, pitch called a strike. From one bird team to another, the Oregon Ducks to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, Jax Jimenez has played now in all 22 games since arriving on Cape Cod, and he's rocking a 10-game hit streak right now, thanks to his single in the 6th. Looking for a second hit, 1-1. Fastball away, 2-1 on Jax Jimenez. He has 19 hits here on Cape Cod. That's only 4 behind Taylor Kirk, who has 23 hits. But Taylor Kirk has been here since opening day. Jax Jimenez missed the first 3 weeks of the season. You really can't say enough about what this guy has done. 2-1 on its way. Chopped foul off the foot of Jax Jimenez, and he'll bounce around a little bit and reset himself for the 2-2 pitch.
The whole top of the order fights here for Hyannis. Gotta love the approach.
2-2, 2 out. Top of the 8th. Jimenez looking to add another insurance run with J.C. Davis sitting on third base. Pitch on its way again. Breaking ball hit out to shallow center. Back goes the second baseman, J.J. Moran. He's called off by the shortstop, Aiden Aguayo, who raced all the way to shallow right field to make the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors. Or one error, the big throwing error from Truett Manuel. One runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Still 5-1 Hawks.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom of the 8th here from Lowell Park in Cotuit. The Harbor Hawks lead the Kettleers 5-1. Lowell Park nestled deep within the trees off the south coast of Cape Cod. They don't have any lights at their field, and as we start the bottom of the 8th inning, we're losing daylight quickly, so this might be the last chance for the Kettleers here, trailing 4 runs.
Well, there's not much point in starting the 9th if you don't think you can finish it. So it is getting on that time of dusk here in Lowell Park where it might be time for the umpiring crew to think it over between the innings.
Mason Blash still out on the mound for the Harbor Hawks. He has been terrific out of the bullpen. He took over the 6th inning with 2 guys on and only 1 out. Got the last 2 outs of that frame. And then he pitched a scoreless 7th with only allowing a 2-out single to Landon Beaver. And this could be his game to finish. He has looked very solid, and he's been efficient out there. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Kettleers. Sam Christensen into the box to work lefty and righty against Blash. First pitch fastball misses up and away. Christensen 0 for 3 today with a strikeout in the 6th inning. Deep breath from Blash into the windup, 1-0. Fastball hammered deep out to right field. Curling to the wall. Jax Jimenez can't get there. It drops in. Relay throw comes all the way through. Safe at second base, Sam Christensen. He beats it out with a leadoff double. It looked like that throw was going to be cut off by J.C. Davis at second base, but he let it go all the way through. Matt Einish fielded it cleanly at short, but Sam Christensen got in there with a smooth slide. And Harbor Hawks manager Mitch Carricker is out to have a conversation with the umpiring crew.
There was a play earlier this season back at McKeon Park where Jax Jimenez had a throw to third base. Looked like he might have got him. It was actually at Harwich where he had that throw on the money, and it really looked like he had him. And called safe. Could be another case here.
Mitch Carricker currently discussing the play with the third base umpire, Michael Chukerman, who made the call at second base, rotating over. The call will stand. It's a leadoff double for Sam Christensen, which means J.J. Moran will hit with a runner on second base and nobody out in the bottom half of the 8th. Cotuit trailing Hyannis 5-1. Should Hyannis pick up a win today, they would crawl ever closer to the Bourne Braves atop the West Division. First pitch, skied in the air, deep center field. Charlie Bates goes back. He has room in front of the warning track to make the catch. Sam Christensen will tag and head for third. He's in there standing. Also, if Hyannis were to close out this win today, they would move above 500 for the first time this season. The last time they were even at 500 was after the second game of the year. After a 5-0 win over the Wareham Gatemen, they moved to 1-1 and then quickly fell to 1-5. They've been fighting an uphill battle ever since. First pitch to the lefty, Isaac Sturgis, grounded over to second base. J.C. Davis gloves it and makes the throw to first. Sam Christensen scores in the back door on the 4-3 putout. It's now 5-2 Harbor Hawks, but they will definitely trade that run for the out.
Harbor Hawks offense has allowed the defense to trade a run for an out at this point in the game. Working late here, and now with 2 down, nobody on.
Jesse DiMaggio will hit and try and extend this inning for the Kettleers as we continue to lose daylight as the sun continues to set. First pitch fouled away, and Cotuit is taking some early cuts here. They're swinging in the second pitch of their at-bats. They might know that they might not be able to finish a 9th inning here. They need to score runs right now. Flash into the windup, 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball caught on and missed at 77 miles an hour. Jesse DiMaggio a couple business days early on that one, and it's 0-2.
Nobody on. Blash can just focus on the plate, and DiMaggio trailing 0-2.
Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back from the righty DiMaggio, and he'll stay alive on 0-2. The Harbor Hawks looking to take the season series in the Battle of Barnstable against their arch rivals, the Cotuit Kettleers. They lead the series 2-1, looking to take 3 out of 5. Pitch on the way from Blash. It bounces on 0-2, and it's now 1-2. These two teams will play one more time in Hyannis on the 1st of August. But if Hyannis wins today, Cotuit can't win the season series. The Hawks have been red hot in July, winners of 7 of their last 10. 1-2 Blash to the plate. Swing and a miss. DiMaggio out in front on the breaking ball, and Blash through the 8th inning with just the 1 run allowed after the leadoff double. We head to the 9th. Hawks 5, Kettleers 2.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind-the-scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing. And I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails of doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting. So I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Top of the 9th, set to start here from Lowell Park in Cotuit. Harbor Hawks 5, Kettleers 2, as the Hawks look for their 3rd consecutive win. We have an update for you from Falmouth. The Commodores currently lead the Bourne Braves 8-0 at Doran Park. And Charlie, as it sits right now, the Harbor Hawks are just 5 points behind the Bourne Braves for first place in the West. Should both these scores stay the same, Hyannis would move just 3 points behind Bourne. It would be the closest they've been since the 4th of July. And they do have one more game against the Bourne Braves. Hyannis, after starting the season so dreadfully, with a win today, they could push across 500 for the first time, and they could really put pressure on Bourne for that division title.
It's open. And for a second, it looked like it might not be, but the Braves have a tough schedule to finish out. A lot of Eastern opponents taking on Harwich and YD down the stretch.
Truett Manuel back on the mound for a 3rd inning of relief. First pitch to Charlie Bates, lined into shallow center. Racing in Isaac Sturgis. He can't get there. It drops in shallow center for a base hit. 1 pitch, 1 single for Charlie Bates to start the 9th. That's his 2nd single of the ball game. He missed a couple of games over a week of play after getting cleated in the foot. He needed 7 stitches in his left foot, but he's back and hitting third in the lineup, and he's really been productive today. Clay Thompson into the box. Runner on first, nobody out. First pitch from Manuel. Swung on again, shallow left. This one will hang up enough for Sam Christensen to make the catch for out number 1.
The Harbor Hawks are swinging early here, too.
Cotuit was swinging early and often in the 8th inning. We're running out of daylight here from Lowell Park, a field that doesn't have any lights. It looked like Cotuit was trying to score runs as if the 8th inning was their last chance, but there's just enough daylight to play the 9th inning here. Caden Miller will step in. Runner on first, 1 out. Top of the 9th. Pickoff over to first. Bates back with a head first dive. 5-2 Harbor Hawks over the Kettleers.
A little more accurate from Manuel on the pickoff after airmailing Denny last inning.
That was the second error of the game for Cotuit. Hyannis hasn't made any errors in the field. Another pickoff attempt where Bates is back head first again. Miller back in. He has struggled today. 0 for 4 with a pair of punch-outs. The UTSA Roadrunner sees the first pitch. Fastball hit high in the air. Straight away center. Sturgis gloves it. And he'll try to back pick Bates at first, but he's back standing just in the nick of time. Charlie Bates was standing on second base when that ball was caught, but he was just able to get back in time.
On the move on the pitch. Caden Miller might finish out as one of 2 Harbor Hawks hitless here tonight.
The only other guy that has been hitless is Brody Briggs. He's 0 for 3 with a walk today. Here's Tyler Lang, not hitless. He had a 2 RBI double in the 3rd inning, which broke him out of a big 1 for 10 slump. First pitch from Manuel, fastball downstairs. We talked to Caden Miller pregame. Our sideline Sam Gorini asked him how the energy is feeling as we round to the playoffs. Another pickoff over. Bates back head first again. And Caden Miller said, you know, we have a bunch of energy. All the guys are bought in. And when it comes time for the Cape League playoffs, it's the team that's the most bought in that tends to win more games. Off for second, Bates. Fastball goes through. Throw down. In time, Bates caught stealing after a laser of a throw from the catcher, Will Plattner. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the 9th, 5-2 Harbor Hawks over the Kettleers here on THHBN, the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Bottom of the 9th, set to commence here from Lowell Park in Cotuit. The Harbor Hawks lead the Kettleers 5 runs to 2. And it's Mason Blash out there for his 3rd full inning of work to try to close down what would be a save, Charlie.
Yeah, he's picked it up right where Littleton left off, and Mitchell before Littleton. Just compounding on each other and putting together a complete performance on both sides of the ball for the Harbor Hawks. 3 outs away from finishing it off.
Sam Mitchell got the ball for his first start of the Cape League summer today, and he was solid. 3 innings, gave up just 1 earned run. Bruce Littleton took the next 2 1/3 innings, where he only gave up 1 hit, walked 4 batters, but struck out 6. And in the 6th inning, Mason Blash came in with 2 guys on and 1 out, got the last 2 outs of that inning, put up a scoreless 7th, allowed 1 run in the 8th, but he has looked solid, and should he close out this 9th inning, it would be a save, and the Harbor Hawks would move above 500 for the first time this season. They sit at 17-17 here in Game 35 of the summer. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Kettleers. Will Plattner into the box, righty on righty against Mason Blash. First pitch, grounded over to third base sharply, gloved by Taylor Kirk. Long throw across the diamond, beats Plattner by a couple of steps for the first out. We have an update for you guys from Falmouth in the top of the 5th inning. It's 8-0 Commodores over the Bourne Braves. So barring a disaster for Falmouth, a Hyannis win would move them 2 points closer to the Bourne Braves in first place in the West Division. Drew Repepe to hit righty on righty against Blash. First pitch fastball inner edge called strike 1. Blash really struggled his first time out on Cape Cod. Falmouth hit him around pretty hard for 5 hits, but he has really been solid today. 0-1 offering. Breaking ball down and away. Just misses the low outside corner. 1-1 on the 9-hitter, Drew Repepe.
Blash has gotten the memo of speeding things up as well. He doesn't waste much time at all between pitches.
1-1. Fastball grounded on a high hop to third. Taylor Kirk gloves it. Another long throw. Another 5-3 putout, and the Kettleers are down to their final out. And it's the UCLA Bruin, Aiden Aguayo, tasked with extending this game for the Kettleers. The Harbor Hawks bullpen has been nails this year. When leading after 7 innings, they're a perfect 12-0. And that trend looks to continue today. First pitch, Bender called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Aiden Aguayo. Blash looks confident on the mound, and he's working quickly. 0-1. In the dirt, breaking ball misses. It's 1-1 to the Kettleers leadoff man. A win today would win the Battle of Barnstable season series for Hyannis over their arch rivals Cotuit. 1-1. Fastball hit high in the air, deep left center field. Ranging back to the wall, Klay Thompson. He makes the catch, and this game is over. A 1-2-3 9th inning for Mason Blash closes out the 18th Harbor Hawks win of the year. They're over 500 for the first time this season, and they are now just a game and a half behind the Bourne Braves for first place in the West Division with still 5 games to play.
Said it earlier in the broadcast, the Harbor Hawks are playing their best baseball at the perfect time. Approaching playoffs and perhaps approaching the Bourne Braves for a chance at the top of the West.
No one thought these Hawks had any chance of a divisional title after the month of June, where they were just 6-9, well behind Bourne. But that dream is very much a reality. Bourne has a speeding bird right in their rear view window. 5-2, Hyannis takes it over Cotuit. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast today. We'll have our post-game show Hawk Talk coming up in just a few moments. For Charlie Adams, my color commentator, and our 2 producers, Hope Nolan and James Klugish, my name is Quincy Bell. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.